I have a feminine side. I'm not just a guy that screams at the camera. You know? No, it's not me. I mean, I am a very passionate man. I am a very passionate man, as you can see. I am very, I love to listen. I listen to my vibes. I listen to my moods. I listen, you know. That's why anytime I am dealing with a woman, she never forgets Kingsley. Today I'm in a playful mood, guys. I am in a very playful mood, so please forgive me. I'm in a very playful mood. I loved, you know, guys, the video I posted on TikTok about a lot of men go through their lives without experiencing the true sexual desire of a woman. That video has now hit 8,000 views. Oh, no, 7,000 views on YouTube. Wait, let me show you guys. Wait a minute. Just give me 1 minute. Give me a minute. I'm back. Is that my shrine? Maybe it's my shrine, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Let me show you guys something. See this video? It's hit almost 8,000 views on YouTube. People want to learn about sex, man. You guys want to learn about sex? What? You guys want to learn how to bang? The video got, look, I was even surprised. Almost 8,000 views. Let me take this out. Why most men will never experience true female desire. The surprising truth. And it has almost 8,000 views on YouTube. And that tells me something. Women want to get fucked. Men want to fuck. So it's why is no one fucking? Because you guys gotta know, I am not just I'm a very curious man. As you can tell, this video got 7,000, almost 8,000 views. Hey, Hawa, thank you so much for the heart, mate. It's telling me women want to fuck, men want to fuck. Why is no one banging? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys are doing well. Hey, thanks for the cap. Thanks for the cap, Hawa. Appreciate you. Guys, please just tap the screen. I'm not going to be here long. I just want to check in with you guys. I'm trying to be consistent a little bit. Hey, Eno. How you doing, Eno? Hope life's good. Hope life's good. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you guys are doing what you need to do to protect yourself. Okay? But yeah, I just wanted to share this little side stuff with you guys. Why most men will never experience true female desire, the surprising truth. But now, guys, my to be a wife, okay, nice. Yeah, do what you gotta do, you know. I'll say this, a lot of people, you have to, when it comes to sex, thanks for the hot meat. For the cowboy hat. Thank you. Actually, I have a cowboy hat. Wait a minute. Let me show you. Speaking of cowboy, how do I look? See? I can't wear it, but you guys see, I actually have a cowboy hat. Wait, I'll put it on. See? Oh! See this? The cowboy hat. I do have it. Oh. I have a cowboy hat. See? I have a cowboy hat. I've got the African stuff. Yeah, I'm ready. Yo. Hey, Signoria from South Africa. How are you? How are you? Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate you. So, what do you guys want to talk about today? Today, I just want to listen to my audience. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys want to talk about the topic here? You guys ask me any question. Hey, Ti. Today, it's all about the audience. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you have questions? You have comments? You want to share your opinion? Today it's all. Today I want to take the background side. Today I want to sit in the background, man. Today it's freestyling exactly. I know. So investing in stocks. That's a great question, actually, Jojo. But I'm not an expert there. But if you guys know somebody, ideally a Black African who's good in finance, maybe he or she could be a banker. He or she could just know about finance. Introduce me to them, send me their profile. I will try and set up like a live with them so that they can share information on it. That's a great topic though, invest, because I think Black Africans on the investment side, we need to understand, okay, we need to definitely learn how to invest. Okay, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in dividends, you can invest in that's a great point, Jojo. A very good point. So the beef between South Africa and Nigeria. Okay. Let's talk about the topic because as a 24. Okay, guys, which one? Okay, guys, wait. Let's do one after the other. So let's see. So I've answered your point about the guys. You can also call in. I think it's easier for me. Call in because you can see your boy is tired. Call in. Say what you want to talk about and we talk about it. It's okay. Just call in. You don't have to show your face. We'll talk. It's easier for me because I'm sitting a bit far away from the phone. Okay. So yeah, for the investment, let's try and get somebody who knows. I'm not so well versed with investments, and then we talk about it. Estella, Son of Truth, the beef between South Africa and Nigeria. Exactly. We need to stop the fighting. That's all I have to say with that, man. Honestly, South Africans and Nigerians need to stop the fight. It is done for. It's pointless at this point. I don't think there's a fight. I don't think, if I'm being honest, and maybe you'll back me up on this. And Estella, Son of Truth, I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, Estella, because it is a valid topic, Estella. So I see where you're coming from, and it doesn't always mean that you're trying to start a fight. Now, I get both sides. I get it. But Estella, this is my opinion on the beef between South Africa and Nigeria. Okay, can you hear me? I'm guessing you're a man.
Hear you.
No. Okay,
Yes,
so Estella. No, you've been here before. Okay, you've been here before. Yeah.
couple of times. Yes.
Yeah. I remember. It just because it's sun off.
Kind of true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Are you South African?
No, I'm Zimbabwean.
Okay. Yeah. So So that means I know a lot of Black South Africans like to also. I think they have something with Zimbabwe as well. I'm not sure, but I know for sure with Nigeria. So
Yes.
Okay. So this is my opinion on this matter. Okay. I personally believe there is this beef, quote unquote, is mainly online. It's not in real life. Why do I say it's not? Let me tell you, I will tell you why I say it's not in real life. Because in real life, Black South Africans, Nigerians are too busy trying to survive.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
Right.
Could you mute, please?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of notifications. So this is my opinion. I don't know what Eno thinks. I don't know what you think. I'm sure you have your opinion. No, you know what, Estella, unmute. Sorry, unmute so that we can have it back and forth. Let's have it back and forth.
Can I go?
What? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that it's a real beef, but it's real. Like if you're a Nigerian, you've lived in South Africa. I've traveled quite a bit in South Africa, and I've never felt safe. And I remember once I had this white host in Cape Town. I stayed with these very wealthy white people, and I stayed in their guest house. It was a massive house, and then usually I go and banter with them for dinner, and then I'm going back. Like I have to exit the main gates and go in through another gate to enter the guest house. And the first couple of nights, she would tell me, because they were elderly people, oh, when you get in, text me that you are in. And this is like a 3-minute walk. So when I asked her once, and she told me, like, actually, they really dislike Nigerians. And if they see you coming out of this house, they will definitely know that you're not a Black South African, that you're associating with us. And then it made me realize that the beef is actually real. It's a real thing. But I feel like, recently I saw a video of some guy, I'll tell you in his video, he's Zimbabwean, but he was born in South Africa, and he's always talking about this. And recently he made a post where he was basically saying that something is echoing.
Yeah, it's Estella. It's Estella. I'll mute. It's Estella. It's okay. It should be good now. It should be good.
Yeah. And he basically explained that actually the light-skinned people who are invading the country sponsor this beef. And usually whenever something is happening that they need to distract people, they need to distract the Black South Africans, they will go and pay people. You know how they bribe in election in Nigeria? That's what they do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So whenever you see it springing up, there's something happening in South Africa amongst the light-skinned people that they want you to talk about something else. So basically, for me, what I learned is that as much as this beef exists, let's stop giving it energy, because we're fueling the beef. Let's try and educate the Black South Africans and wherever we can, and also be safe, because in South Africa, they will kill you for nothing, But yeah, I think let's not engage in. Yeah.
Okay. So this is my take, and then we'll pass it on to Estella, that we can maybe move on to another topic. To me, you guys know where I stand on Black Africa, right? So first off, we fighting within ourselves has to stop. That's where I stand on any, whether it's Nigeria and Ghana, even if it's a playful one, I'm not for it. Nigeria and Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Uganda. Apparently Uganda and Kenya, they've got their own, they almost like, guys, calm the fuck down, right? And I personally think a lot of Black South Africans are focusing on the wrong problem because they cannot get to the real problem. Does that make sense? So, who is, and this is a typical response to power dynamics, right? Because you can't get to the real powerful guy, you go to the next guy who might not even be your problem, but he's there and you're pissed off, you're angry, but you need to take out this anger on someone, and usually you don't attack the person who can fight back. You don't attack the person who can actually hurt you. You attack the person who is weak. It's like a bully. Bullies don't attack other bullies. Bullies typically attack somebody who's less than. So that's what I see from a far away standpoint, okay? The Black South Africans are attacking Black foreigners. I don't think any African who's Black is a foreigner, but this is what's going on, right? So the Black South Africans are attacking the Black African foreigners because the Black African foreigners in the power dynamics cannot fight back. That's why I typically ask, why all this energy towards a guy who has a spaza shop? He's not selling drugs, he's working normal. You understand? Because it's not entirely for bullying. That was just a quick example. It's not perfect, but it's an example. And then I always ask, why don't you go to the white who literally feed you to animals? They run over your legs, they hurt you. Why don't you invade their farms? Why don't you fight them? And oftentimes you will see the fear. They try to mask it as we are preparing for them. I'm like, but you can see the change of energy, And I've seen this many times because I test this theory. I go to like a space, anytime it's to Black African foreigners, I don't call Black Africans, the Black South African is very powerful, it's very energetic. This is what I've noticed. But when it's time to attack the white foreigners, for example. It's more calm. So there is something there to be said. And I think for Nigerians, on the Nigerian side, you need to stop. Obviously, when you go to South Africa, you have to respect the laws of the land. Let's be honest. Nigerians do shitty stuff. We do. Speaking as a Nigerian, Nigerians also do horrible things. Estella, sorry, my dear, I'm going to come to you shortly, please. Just give me 1 minute. I will come to you, I promise. I'll give you 3 minutes to speak. As Nigerians, we also need to respect the laws of the land. If you go to somebody's country, respect the law. Okay? I understand we are hustlers. We love to hustle. You also need, and I know a lot of Nigerians are doing positive things in South Africa. They are doing a lot more than they are doing bad. But the thing is this, the bad always gets the spotlight. And this is everywhere. It's not just South Africa, it's globally. A country could be doing good, a country could be doing nice, a country could be doing amazing. One person does something terrible, that's it. So Nigerians, respect yourself. And I know most Nigerians are doing great in South Africa, but I think the Black South Africans, you just focus. You focus on the small guys and you blow it out of proportion. But I think there's an intimidation factor there, and we'll be lying to ourselves if we say this doesn't play a role. Nigerians are productive. We are very productive people. So the Black South African compared to the average Nigerian, you can't compete. And I'm not trying to be a piece of shit. It's the truth. Nigerians, in my opinion, the average Black South African and the average Black Nigerian, can you compete in terms of charisma? Can you compete in terms of work ethic? Can you compete in terms of ambition? Can you compete on so many other levels? And oftentimes the answer to that is no. And there's an element of jealousy in there, and I would be lying to you if I say that's not evident. But anyway, let's go to Estella. You know, Estella, my dear. Sorry, you brought this topic up. What do you think overall?
Yeah, I agree with what both you and Miss Baker said, but I think there's a little more to it that you guys being, way up there in North Africa might not be aware of, which we neighbors of South Africa have kind of realized. South Africans, they're really very nice, very good people, but
That has been my experience, honestly. Yeah, but go on. Sorry, go on.
yeah, they're very nice people, but they do have an intolerance for outsiders. It is something that's just intrinsic in their culture. And I studied there 3 years, and
Okay.
yes, and even at the university, it was always there. And like you said, there is that element of jealousy
I think so.
because they got their independence quite late, and they didn't have the same opportunities to study before that as us coming from countries that got our independence earlier. So obviously on the academic plane, they faced more challenges, and many opportunities tend to go to foreigners for that reason. But well, what I would just encourage them is to to keep working on themselves, and in their own country it shouldn't be too difficult to compete. You just need to upgrade yourself a little bit, and you have the advantage of being in your own country, the culture, the languages and everything. But like you pointed out, this is there's a psychological aspect to this,
Yeah.
which I feel like everybody else is not engaging on a psychological level. Um, like you said, no, like Miss Becker said, the people who are sponsoring this, they are literally waging psychological war.
Yes.
Not only on the African South Africans, but it's on us all to divide us and
Yes.
have us fighting each other. And so I feel like we just tend to brush it off, as I think you are trying to do here, as something that will go away. This started, there've been there've been lots of xenophobic attacks where South Africans go out in large groups in neighborhoods looking for any African foreigners.
Wow.
Yes, and they do not hesitate to analyze. People have been literally burnt alive. I've seen a video of a boy who he might have been 16 to 18, whom they caught, and then they put a tire over his head, poured some fuel on him. Then they were, the guy who was doing this was looking for a match, and he lit the fire. And that boy was trying to get up and run away, and he kept pushing him down. And I've seen videos of a person who had fallen, and then they were throwing stones on his head, smashing his face in. And it's very brutal. And this wasn't one time. This has been happening, I don't know, I could count 6, 7 times, the ones that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not an online thing. This is a general feeling among South Africans. There are some among them who genuinely don't feel that way, but most of them, they feel like they are being disadvantaged in their own country,
Yeah.
and
Which they
because
are.
and because they cannot really address the issue because they've been overpowered already, and they know what will happen if they try to address the real issue, because it has been happening, and many of them were unalived brutally. So they don't dare to try and go that way. So they target the easiest.
Easiest.
Yes, yes. But we need also to address this on a psychological level, not to just ignore it and think it will go away. This is not going away. It keeps getting worse all the time.
Do you live there?
Sorry?
Do you live there?
Do I live there? No. I lived there 3 years, a long time ago. Now I'm in Finland.
Okay.
So yes, so I feel that one of the things that we can do is to make them feel the heat. That if they do that, we cannot be brother. We can't be calling each other brother and sister when the following day they. This is psychological, because that's the only thing we can do. We can't go in there and arrest people or fight back or anything, but let them feel from all of Africa that pushback, and this happened once. There was a time when they started analyzing people randomly and burning trucks. Any trucks that were driven by foreigners, they would burn. And I think you should be aware of the time when the Nigerian embassy, I think, did it fly in a plane to pick up Nigerians from there? That time. And I think some South African businesses were burnt in Nigeria.
Okay, just land your plane, Estella, please.
All right. And in different countries, people were now talking about, blocking, like closing our borders with South Africa, that they wouldn't allow any South African truck to pass through their country. Then it died down. They actually, backed off. But if we are just going to, try and brush this off and do nothing, yeah, we're going to lose a lot of brothers and sisters. And I think if we just, if they come to your land, don't make them feel welcome here. Ooh, what's going on there?
Estella, please land your plane.
But I want to hear what you think about what I'm saying. That if we all agree that let's make the South Africans feel the heat. If they come on a live, let's make them feel unwelcome and make it clear that no, it's not that we don't like you, we don't love you, But this business of analyzing fellow Africans, it has to stop. So that's our psychological fight back. But we can't just do nothing.
Okay. So the unaliving of an African well, is wrong, and I would never stand for that. But I have to. I mean, it's clearly it's unnecessary fight, because at the end of the day, it's just two black Africans fighting themselves. That's all it is. And I've said this before. As long as black Africans are fighting themselves, you know who wins, right? Everybody else that is not black. Yes, because the whites who actually control the resources win. Everybody else that is trying to get something out of South Africa wins, because you're focusing on me. And this is something that I've tried to communicate to a lot of black South Africans, that we are not your enemies. We're not your enemies. Your enemy is right there. You know the enemy, but you just don't have the courage to fight the enemy. Because all the same energy should be focused on the person that has unjustly treated you like shit. But I think a lot of black South Africans are scared. If I'm being honest, this is my opinion. A lot of black South Africans are scared. They're scared of the unknown. And this is the problem, because they've seen other black African countries fail. You know, they've seen them fail. You know, somebody has to mute, man. There's a lot of feed, and I think it's US style. Just mute while I speak, because there's a lot of coming back. A lot of they're scared because they've never been alone. That's my take. They've never been alone. Because in the conversations, you will hear from some people tell you, oh, no, you've chased out the whites. Now look at your country. This is something that I've heard many times. You've chased whites out of your country. You've chased whites out of your country. Now look at. So I think a lot of black South Africans are scared of what they will become if they chase out the whites. Also, they don't have the weapons. They don't have the political power. So there's a lot of things that are completely missing. But I also think other black African countries need to back off from South Africa, in my opinion. If I'm being honest with you. We have problems in our own countries as well. If I'm being honest. This is my and maybe this is me being an extremist. For me, I focus on the countries that want to work with me. I don't have time to convince another country to work with me. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. Life is too short, bro. If Zimbabwe wants to work with me and South Africa doesn't want to work with me, guess what? I'm focusing on Zimbabwe. End of story. That's it. And move on. There's no need to keep having the same conversations over and over and over and over again. Now, if black South Africans want to, and I think a lot of, I'm going to shut up and then I'll pass it on to the lady at the top. I cannot see her name. I think a lot of black, again, I say what I said. A lot of black South Africans are scared, and I know they won't like what I'm saying. They are scared because they've never been alone. They are scared because they do not understand. They do not understand. They don't know if they can handle it themselves. They don't know. So that's why they tolerate the whites. The whites treat them like shit, but they tolerate the whites because the country functions. And believe it or not, South Africa is South Africa today because of the whites. That's the truth. Now, for me, I'd rather not have the whites and have my country like Nigeria, to be honest. Say whatever you want to say about Nigeria. Nigeria works in its own way. It's chaotic, but my God, I love it that it's in the hands, at least as much as you want to say it's in the hands of other black Africans to an extent. You get me? But anyway, that's my opinion, though. That's me. That's why I love Nigeria. Nigeria is chaotic, but Nigeria, at least you have Nigerians in economy, you have Nigerians in politics, you have Nigerians in deciding for the country.
Wait. I know you said you were gonna let sunshine.
So I want us to move on from this topic. I want us to have a revolving door of topics.
Wait.
Say your point. We go to sunshine, and then we move on.
Yeah, I don't feel there's any point in me coming up here and we talk and we discuss and then we just move on without finding a solution. Like that's what we Africans.
No. But can I answer you? And I don't mean to be disrespectful, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I don't care enough. I don't care enough about South Africa to try and sit on a panel to fix their problems.
Oh no. What about the Africans who are being unaligned?
Let me explain.
All right.
Let me explain. Now this is the extremist Kingsley coming out. I don't care enough about South Africa to focus too much time on them. Now, if it's Congo, I would focus on Congo. I would give all my heart to Congo, like I'm doing. Why? Because Congo wants to work with me. That's it. I will focus on Ghana because Ghana is open to me. That's it. I don't have time to... Now, for the brothers there in South Africa, I mean, well, unfortunately, that's the reality. Maybe move to another country. Maybe move to other countries, man. For me, I cannot fathom trying to... I can't, man, Now, some people have no choice. That's okay. But I don't care enough about South Africa because I know what's going on. And I'm Nigerian. I have so many things that some of them don't like. Don't get me wrong. I do like South Africa. I love the country. I have South African friends and acquaintances. So yeah, but in this context, I would rather focus my energy on other people that are open to me, that need my help. South Africans don't need my help. Congo needs my help. I'll focus on Congo. And not only am I focusing on Congo, I'm raising money for Congo. I'm supporting people that are in Congo to help the Black Africans that need help. And that's me. Now you can focus on South Africa. I don't have time for that. And that's why that's why there's a lot of us. There's 52 people here. Mr. Kingsley cannot focus on everybody. If I focus on everybody, I would lose my mind. You understand? So and you see people in the comments say, why don't you help Nigeria? You see, and I'm guessing this is one of the reasons why I don't love to speak on South African issues, because some Black South Africans, you think like kids, you talk like kids. What kind of logic is that? Why don't you focus on Nigeria? If everybody focused on their countries, how would you grow? This is the kind of thinking I don't like. Why don't you focus on your own? Estella.
Mr. Kingsley,
Estella,
we just want to help our brothers and sisters who are being... We just want to stop the unaliving of people. Let South Africans deal with the foreigners, foreigners who are there. But let's intervene.
Estella.
Okay, can I interject?
What would you like me? No, wait, guys, I'm tired. Please, let's have a nice chat. Estella, what do you want me to do? Tell me.
All I want you to do is to communicate to the South Africans when they come here that we love you and all, but the unaliving of fellow Africans, that's not on. Don't just welcome them as though there's nothing going on, as if everything is all hunky-dory. Like, communicate, let them feel it wherever they go, that no, it's not acceptable. We don't accept it.
I think they know that we don't accept it. I think other people know that. They know that, and they know that.
Oh, Mr. Kingsley, all right. Let the other ladies...
Estella, what do you think I think?
I think, you know what I really think? I think you're being a little bit like the South Africans in this case. Like, you don't want to address this issue.
Okay.
Because, we respect South Africa. And we respect South Africans because they're from a strong economy. I've seen this in almost every live I go to. Oh, South Africa, I love you. What? And so there is this tendency to just, cozy up to the one who you perceive as better off than yourself, and not
Okay.
care so much about the ones who are more disadvantaged than ourselves. It's easy. It's so much
Okay.
easier to
So,
do.
Estella, I'm going to say this, then we'll go to Sasha. You can stay on,
All
Estella.
right. Okay, I'll mute so
I
you can
don't,
speak.
I don't pander to no one. Never will. Never have. I'm Nigerian. Like, I don't want to bring out the arrogant Nigerian. I mean, you cannot talk about Africa without talking about Nigeria, whether good or bad. That's a fact. That arrogance is there within me. All I am saying is, of course, I condemn the unaliving of other black Africans in South Africa. I condemn the Afrophobia that seems to be brewing, in South Africa. That's a fact. It's brewing. I condemn the inferiority complex that a large enough number of black South Africans have towards whites and everybody else. I condemn the negative treatments that are given to other black Africans and calling them foreigners. That is wrong. I personally believe that South Africans are focused on the wrong people. I said that. I'm not South African. I'm not even, and if I'm being honest with you, from my knowledge of Africa, I don't, I know more about West Africa and Central Africa and a little bit about East Africa. I don't know too much about Southern Africa. That's why I rarely speak on it. I want you guys to understand this. There's 60 people in this chat. I'm not going to be arrogant. I'm not going to be too arrogant and think like I know it all. No, I am more familiar of West Africa, Central Africa, and a little bit of Eastern Africa. I know something about Southern Africa, but not as much as I know West, Central, and East. That's why I focus on it. So that's why I say to you, Estella, to the people that know more about Southern Africa, let them speak on it. I cannot speak on it. And I think that should be allowed, isn't it? Because if I go,
it should, brother. I'm sorry to interject, but I respect you.
Sunshine was here first. I'll come to you, bro. I'll come to you, my dear. Let Sunshine.
Okay.
She's been so patient.
Of
Sunshine,
course.
please come off, media. You've been very patient.
Yes, I have.
Go
Do
on,
you know
sorry.
what? No, that's okay. I'm. It's important to listen, because that's one thing I was just doing. I was just listening and taking in everyone's point and what's going on. My take on everything with South Africa, the way I look at them, I come from Zimbabwe, just neighbors with South Africa. Yeah. So for me, the way I look at South Africans, I have deep respect for them. First of all, I've got deep respect for them based on their history and their culture. These are people who are very proud of who they are, of their land, and these are people that fought blood to defend themselves. When I'm looking at South Africans from a very landscape point of view, because I have not experienced them on a one-to-one basis, I'm always struck by the apartheid. The hate white people pushed against these black people was beyond atrocious. It was a lot. I'm sure people have watched Sarafina, they've seen a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I believe it was a lot.
That made me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
It was bad. So these are people that have absorbed hatred, that have absorbed racism, that absorbed. We watched Nelson Mandela going away for 20 odd years. This is okay. Now I want to land onto this point. When Mandela came back and he was taken back and came back to the land, and he said, let's pardon these white people. Let us come together. That was a bad choice, bro.
So
this is why I want to say that hate, that pain had nowhere to go, but for people to say, let's move on, let's just forgive, let us go. I believe that hurt a lot of people, because I was a kid and I remember thinking, you mean to tell me these people that have taken this country's rights, freedom, and everything, we are just going to forgive and we're going to come together because forgiving is better than for us to shed more bloodshed.
Do you think the European man would have pardoned us?
No, because the thing is, this is what I want to say is that this is where I feel South Africans also feel trapped with their own pain and hate of what really happened to them. They witnessed their fathers, forefathers being murdered and slaughtered, only for us to come back and say, forgive. Let's move on. This is 1990s where apartheid ended. It's recent. It's not like we're talking hundreds of years ago. This is a fresh country that literally people, I'm sure, with their history can tell you, my own uncle was burnt, my own grandmother, I watched it. So these are people who have raw wounds that we are walking into. Okay, let's say the white people who would then say, from Nelson Mandela, let's come together as one. These people never let go of anything. Land, the gold, the diamonds, the businesses. They still had hold of these things because we're moving forward. Guys, this is their land. And there are people who are reigning in their land lavishly. Okay, now let's move forward to the fellow Africans who are migrating from other countries, their own countries, because of economic reasons or whatever. Then they come in here because I'm already, as the other speaker was saying, 2 stages ahead of them. They're barely catching up with their education system. Let's be sensitive to what we're coming into. I can be, listen, I'm ready to hit the ground running because we've been doing X, Y, and Z. South Africans are also trying to grasp themselves in this land that is theirs, that we are now coming in saying, listen, I've already got my PhD. Yes, we are taking their jobs because we got the experience, we've got the thing. But how do they feel? I always ask myself, if I'm in someone else's yard, I don't have that many rights. That's all I'm going to say. Because I feel if South Africans are reacting and we are seeing that, let's also ask ourselves, there's a lot of trauma and hurt as a country that they are coming from. And it's easy for us to say, guys, come together. Guys, let's work together. Guys, let's do this together. But anyway, I've landed. I'm done.
And Estella, what do you think about that? Because I think you see, this is something that I think. And there's a reason why I don't speak about South Africa a lot, because I understand and I agree with Sunshine. I know, right? Shocking. I don't agree with the unalive. I don't agree with the hate towards other Black Africans. I do not. In fact, this energy should be channeled to the white. But Sunshine made a very good point. She said, if I'm being honest, this is why I don't really see Nelson Mandela as a hero. I've never considered him a hero. I mean, I did consider him a hero when I was a small boy who, colonial books. Yeah, because anytime the West is praising you as a Black African, you fucked up. Was it the president of Mozambique that said something like that? He said, if you see the West praising me, just know I fucked up. Because think about it. How come the West always praise Nelson Mandela, but they never praise Kwame Nkrumah? They never praise Kwame Nkrumah. They never praise Thomas Sankara. It's always him. And I'm like, when I started reading it, I'm like, you pardon the guys that treated you like animals? You pardon the guys that treated your people?
They didn't pardon.
Animals?
It's Nelson Mandela. Let's be mindful of who said we are pardoning. South Africans didn't agree with this.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was Nelson Mandela who said it. It wasn't the Black South African people who passed through this shit. I'm pretty sure the Black South African wouldn't have minded for these people to leave, so that even if the country is stumbling, at least it's their country, it's in their hands. You guys don't know how it feels. See, as a Nigerian, let me tell you something. And I know a lot of people are not going to like, because everybody likes to fight South Africa. No, see, as a Nigerian, and any other, if you're a Nigerian, put a 1 in the chat. Let me ask you guys a question. As a Nigerian, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Nigerian. Okay, as a Nigerian, okay, we got our independence in 1960. Okay, Nigeria is a mess. Nigeria is a mess. We know Nigeria is a mess. But one thing you and I can sleep well at night. We know that at least Nigeria is in our hands to a large extent. You have Nigerian multimillionaires. You have a lot of Nigerian billionaires. You have a Nigerian thousandaires, dollars. We own our country to a larger extent, guys. Don't let that miss you. You understand? We are active. The British and the West are still in Nigeria, fact. But Nigeria is still Nigerians. You have a lot of black Nigerians, Nigerians that are in oil and gas, that are in business, in shipping. It's our mess. Oh, honey, you said it, Papa. It's a mess, but it's our mess. There was a point where Nigeria was a prominent country. Nigeria is not so prominent, but it is our own. We can go and sleep at night. It's our own. The average black South African never got that privilege, and they hurt him. Apartheid ended in 1994, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, the black South African hasn't gotten the chance to enjoy this. They haven't gotten it. We have to be honest with ourselves, bro. They haven't gotten it. They haven't gotten it. And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. After this, the average black South African is yet to really, after apartheid, the people that have put them in this shit are still in their land, still in their politics, still in business. Come on, like, put yourself in their shoes a bit, you know?
I understand.
Estella, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah. I totally agree with everything that Sunshine said and what you said after her. I do feel for the South Africans, like I pointed it out earlier, that they are sort of disadvantaged in their own country. But I still stand on the point where I say that the unaliving of fellow, even if they should hate them, let them hate them. But the unaliving should stop. We should not allow it.
I agree. And we need to do something.
And we have to do something. It's not enough to agree and to agree that it's not right. We have to stop it, because those who are in South Africa, the black Africans in South Africa, can do nothing to stop it.
But Estella, there's no unaliving going on right now. Which unaliving are you talking about? Because right now there isn't any unaliving. And for you to say now, just because we are South Africans, we're supposed to just be attacked everywhere. You said anywhere we enter these lives, we should be attacked. Why? It's not like we are all. It's not like we are all agreeing.
I don't want arguments. So Estella, make your point so that we can go to non.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So the floor is yours.
Well, let me
Estella,
just finish.
Land your plane. Yeah.
All right.
Land your plane. Estella, yeah.
Yes, I just want to address what what's her name, Nomka said, that there is no more unaliving. True, maybe right now there might not be, but the movements are still going on. I see here on TikTok many times South African lives where they call black foreigners Zinja, dog. They say the most unbelievable things, and even when they come on a live where Nigerians, especially Nigerians, are discussing in a very civil manner, they come in there and they just throw the most hurtful comments in there.
I agree. But Estella, sorry for interrupting you, but
wait. Okay, let me make my point.
Estella, guys. IB, please mute. Everybody mute, please. With all due respect, we're having a mature. IB, can you mute yourself, sir? Please.
Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, brother. Estella, if you've been on my live multiple times, you know that I don't have time for back and forth. Like we're having a very mature, senior level conversation here. We do not control what some strange South Africans are putting in the comment section of people on the TikTok live, and I don't want that to be the focus of our conversation. That's not. I can't speak to that, man. Come on, that's an individual thing. My focus raised, and I have said, black South Africans do not unalive another black African. I mean, that's it. Like, what else you want me to do? You want me to make a video?
No, let's be results oriented about this. Just saying it.
And what can my platform do to this? Tell me. Because I don't know what else to, like, because I already prefaced this, Estella. I said I'm not too arrogant to act like I know everything about Africa. I told you my specialization when it comes to the topic of Black Africa is West Africa for sure, because I am Nigerian and I know West Africa better, the best. I know Central Africa and I know a little bit of Eastern Africa. I don't know too much about Southern Africa. I only know a bit about South Africa. That's all I'm saying. So I think the probably is the proper thing is to find an African who, I know there's a guy called Patrick. He's a podcaster. Probably because he specializes in South Africa. I don't.
Can I?
I've made it clear that South Africans need to stop unaliving one another, because at the end of the day, we are all black, we're all Africans. And Stella, what do you want me to do specifically? And I'm really trying to crack it. I'm really trying to understand it.
Like, if we, all of us, could agree that when South Africans come on our lives, we make them aware, like very aware that, you know what, because of this, what is happening in your country, we are not happy with you. Let's not be all welcoming and then as if nothing is going on the other, side of the world. There has to be some repercussions for them to realize that, hey, this is not worth, because you see the reason why they are doing this, because the other side, the manipulators, they do what it takes to get them to start unaliving fellow Africans, but we do nothing. We do nothing.
Estella, land your plane, because I have to move on to other people. It's only land your plane, please.
So these xenophobic attacks have happened countless times, and every time after it has happened, South Africans are like, "Oh, that was bad, and then you think, okay, they got the message. Now it won't happen again. Then after a short while, you hear, and there's a lot that happens that we don't always hear about. We only hear about it when it gets, very big. But regularly, there's what they call Operation Dudula. These guys will go on. And when you are in Zimbabwean, you get more reports, because there are a lot of Zimbabweans who are on the ground there. So there are a lot of reports that don't make it into the mainstream media that we hear about. So this lady might say there's no more unaliving. That is not true. Just a few weeks ago, I heard about people who were burnt in a place where they had gone to hide, not too long ago. So
Estella, Estella, I don't want to interrupt. Just land the plane.
So what I'm saying is, us Africans, if we really care about Africans, as we like to claim, let's put some action behind our words. And this is a very good opportunity. Let's not just look aside and say, oh, South Africa, yes, I understand they are really they have it hard. They should not be allowed to unalive Africans, and then there are no consequences, and they just get away with it when they come to where other Africans are. South Africa, I love you. I always get frustrated when a host says, I love you. At least don't say I love you.
I never said I love
South Africa. Or just don't say South Africa, Don't give them that special treatment that I see them getting in every live.
What special treatment? My goodness.
Okay, no, guys. Okay. Estella. Do you think I gave some?
I have no ill feeling towards South African. I'm probably South African myself. My surname is Nyawo.
All right, I don't like muting people, but I had to mute you because I don't like when somebody just don't listen.
All right, sorry.
You think I gave? Okay, I'm going to say this and then we have to move on. You think I gave South African special treatment?
Not you. Every host, whenever
Kingsley,
South
just don't give her stall. She's taking way too much time, and it's not fair.
All right, so let's not
my child is
okay. So guys. Everybody gets 2 minutes now, because 2 minutes. Not that the floor is yours.
Wow, let me try. I hope that my son doesn't disturb me here. Oh my goodness, Stella, what was that about, girl? No ways.
Just make your point. Don't get her started again, please.
Okay, yes. Mr. Kingsley, I really respect what you said about that you specialize with West, East, and Central African content, if I may put it that way, more than you do with the Southern Africa, because I feel like sometimes some of the creators here on these live TikToks that have, they make a lot of they open their lives and they have a lot to say about this particular topic that we're talking about, this South Africa, Nigeria topic. And then they are not very well informed about it because many of them are actually in the diaspora and they have not lived in the country to see what is actually going on ground. So I'm not supporting both sides. I have a video also that I made where I am talking about what the South Africans are doing and what the Nigerians are doing. So it's not like I'm not supporting any of them, but then to also dismiss what is actually happening in South Africa is also not okay. And I feel like the people that have not been there, the people that don't live there, also like the creators that are in the diaspora, the African creators in the diaspora, they completely disregard and dismiss what the South Africans are crying about. I mean, with regards to for example, to the powder situation and stuff like that, which actually it is quite true, But also on the other side, the unaliving of people and stuff like that, nobody will ever support that. But to say now that whenever we come on lives, just even if we were talking about a different topic, like yesterday I was on your live. Today I'm on your live, and I saw that initially you were talking, you wanted to talk about dating. Now we will be coming to a platform completely to talk about something else, and then all of a sudden we have to the whole thing has to change. I don't think that this is what any host would want to do, because you want to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. And now Estella says that, yeah, okay, if a South African comes on board, you don't even know where I stand on the issue, and then you'll just waste your time, trying to convince me or trying to show me whatever it is that you want to show me. But I already understand what is happening in the country. Like Miss Sunshine, she said it all. I love her submission, and it was very informed. But as for Estella to just want us to be attacked for the sake of being attacked, it doesn't make sense, honestly. But respect to you for saying, you know what, I don't care enough. Not to say I don't care about South Africa or about South Africans, but I don't care enough for me, or I'm not that well informed for me to be able to have an opinion. That takes a lot, for someone to admit that. So thank you so much.
No, fantastic. So again, like I said, I know my strength, I know my weakness. My strength. Hey, Elaine, how are you? Elaine is a subscriber. Thank you so much, Elaine. Guys, please don't forget to tap the screen. It tells TikTok that you like it here. Please just double tap once. I know my strengths. My strength is West Africa, Central Africa, a little bit of East Africa. I don't know enough about Southern Africa. Let's go to Zonwa. Zonwa, you have 2 minutes. Welcome. Zonwa.
Hi. Sorry
for the wait.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I think the reason that I actually came up was that I wanted to ask you maybe 1 or 2 questions, and also maybe just to try to add some other stuff of in terms of Africa as a whole, what their beliefs are about South Africa. So maybe the first one is, when you spoke about the independence from the Mandela time of South Africa got independence 30 years ago, and Nigeria got independence when in the 1960s, and you said there's certain things that, yeah. And you said there's certain things that as South Africa that we don't have that Nigeria has. But maybe just a question from you to you, actually, and then you can respond after my submission, is it true that 90% of Nigerians don't own the land? And if that is the case, who owns the land? As much as a lot of African people, they always say that South Africans don't own land. And maybe just to come to the problem about, not the problem, maybe just Malema's stance about the land. He's always presenting this thing.
Let me answer the land question quickly.
Okay.
About Nigeria, so that I don't forget. Okay. So I'll just answer. I'll give you more time. So it's all good. It's all good. So the thing is, Nigerians do own the land. That's true. So let me explain how it works. Okay. So Nigeria is now, of course, ultimately it's owned by the government. Like in most places, the government automatically has jurisdiction of the land. But in Nigeria, for example, you have a lot of villages, right? So if let's take, I'm from Akwa Ibom State. You don't need to know where it is. It's in the southern part of Nigeria, okay? Now, in that place, you have tribes, right? Tribes, and land is automatic. It's what I mean by automatic. Like it's a communal thing. So my forefather had his land. He passed it on to my grandfather had land from his father. You understand? My grandfather passed it on to my father who had land. Like I'm talking to you now, I have land in Nigeria just by default of my and this is across the state. This is across the country. Okay, now I'm sure there's some like wide expanse of land like this for industrial use that maybe is owned by a company which might not be owned by a Nigerian. Does that make sense? But
It makes
Nigerians
sense
have like
because
personal land. Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly the same as in South Africa. We've got
Okay.
our own lands based on our tribes, right? Now, I think a lot of people, they looking at it as if Black South Africans, they don't own land. We do own land, like in the villages and whatsoever. But however, for us to be able to earn, like a salary, we can be wages or whatsoever, we have to move to certain areas like industrial or commercial for us to be able to earn an income, right?
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is where people are being misled. Number two, in terms of farming, yes, it shows that the land it's owned by mostly white people. Now, I think it was 72% that white people are owning the land and 4% is Black South Africans. The reason for that is because of Black South Africans, we are actually farming in our own lands. However, when it comes to farming, most Black South Africans were never really interested in terms of farming. That is the reason that when Malema spoke about it, now all the EFF members, they're thinking, yes, we want to do farming. We want to do this and this and then and that. So people are being misled, when it comes to the land issue. Now, the second one, in terms of the unaliving, I have joined a lot of lives and I've asked questions to say, when you say South Africans are unaliving other Black African people, do you have any stats or anything that can show that South Africans are unaliving our African brothers or sisters, as you call it? They don't have any proof, right? Because of their instigators they come to all these lives and they will say, yeah, they're being unalived by people that are not Pan-Africanists, people who are patriotic, like as much as Dudula, right? Now, coming to Dudula, their stance is that in terms of illegal foreigners, right, in occupation of the jobs, right, firstly, they are being exploited, and that's the reason they're occupying those jobs, where most Black South Africans, they don't actually have jobs because of that, right? And they're being exploited by the Muzungus that people are fighting. Right? And the Pan-Africanists are saying, oh, the Muzungus are doing that. But they allow other African people to come to South Africa and be exploited. That's inhuman. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to the legal foreigners, right? There's a point in our constitution in terms of making sure that we as South Africans are placed in the jobs before we can actually place foreign nationals, right? And I know a lot of people, they've got an issue when it comes to the word foreign, being called a foreigner in Africa, that you can't be a foreigner in Africa. But as South Africans, when we go to other countries,
yeah.
Sorry?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I don't also like that. Calling it a Black African. But go on.
I know a lot of people, they don't like that, but it's reality that even if I go to Zimbabwe or any other country, I am a foreigner. Actually, they call us aliens, right? Now, if you go to an example, very simple example, our next door neighbors, which is Zimbabwe. If you go to Zimbabwe, no South African is allowed to actually go and occupy any job or even open a spaza shop, as much as we are accommodating other African countries, right? There is no issue. The problem is
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you must do your own research, right? So as much as we are fighting the illegalities that are happening in the country, we then call as xenophobics. And then all of a sudden we are called Afrophobics and whatsoever, right? We're trying to fix a whole lot of things, right? But then we're getting a lot of pushback from Black African people to say, yeah, it's not your country. You are led and you voted for the DA. They don't even understand what happened in elections. That is the reason, like your MK parties, they went and they disputed the elections. That's where my problem is. So, Estella, maybe with the unaliving,
please land your plane.
I am with the unaliving. We need to have facts, and I always tell people, have your facts, give me the stats, then I can myself investigate the reason or who was unalived or what happened, because there is it's absolute rubbish. Because I'll give you an example, and no offense, the Nigerians are always fighting for territory in terms of the powder. So we have those issues. We need to resolve that. And if people are not happy with South Africa, South Africans are saying, then leave the country, then we can fix our own issues. I'll land my plane there.
Okay. So, guys, again, I won't see. Look, if you're if you know more about South Africa than me, you can come and comment. If you guys, I'm just listening. But I like that we're having this conversation. I like that we have. I be your next brother, a woman. I don't know. I see you're a man on the picture, but I like that we're having this. Oh, you're a man. Yeah, you spoke. I remember you spoke. You're a guy. Sorry about that. I like that we're having this conversation, because this is where we have mature, reasonable conversations on Black African issues. That's what this platform is all about. Anyway, it's good. You may not agree with who is speaking or that, but let's have a chat. That's what it's all about. So, Ivy, the floor is yours, sir. Go ahead. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Please.
So, hi everyone.
2 minutes.
Nice to meet all of you, and definitely I'm going to attend this live again because I like the maturity of the conversations. I think I know a bit about South Africa, and I think one of the problems with most of us is that because we don't get to travel, especially even within Africa, it becomes a problem for us to actually be educated and informed about things. Yes, I know a lot about probably East Africa. I know a lot about West Africa. I'm from Nigeria, right? And I think
Are you in South Africa currently?
No. I'm in Europe right now. So one of the challenges I think many people face is that, first of all, like the other South Africans have said, a lot of people are uninformed, right? And there are certain realities in South Africa that many people don't know about. I have friends from South Africa. I have, there's so many things that happen. And do we have good people and bad people? Yes, we do. Is this powder thing an issue? Yes, it is. I'm sure you'll have read the other day about in Nigeria that the police and some groups are now trying to go after some returnees from SA that started doing this same thing in the Southeast. Did you read about that in Nigeria?
No.
You didn't read about. So this same there's some powder people that left South Africa. They're Nigerian. They've gone back to Nigeria, and they're poisoning a particular part of the Southeast.
But just to correct, Nigeria has always had a drug problem, by the way.
Well, it's I think right now Nigeria has always had a drug problem, but it was a Korea problem. And that's a problem you see in certain West African countries. Yes, the drugs move they move maybe from South America.
Sorry,
Can
you say powder? Because if you keep on saying
powder.
Yes,
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
So it has that problem, and it moves to other countries and countries that are consumer countries. Right?
Okay.
Now,
go on.
Yeah. So what has happened is that they've kind of switched and moved into supplying it to the market. So everyone can understand where maybe a typical South African will come from regarding that issue, right? And me, I'm 100% against it. So if there's a problem with that, what is legal doing about it? What is law enforcement doing about it? If someone is committing a crime, lock the person up. It's that simple. Take the person through the judicial system, lock the person up. But what I think a lot of people stand against is that when you now do this kind of blanket type of accusations or saying Nigerians are this or these people are like that, it defeats the whole purpose of saying, we need to do things properly, right? Yeah. So, and one thing that many people don't understand about Nigerians, I'll go to Nigerians, stick to Nigerians first, is that, look, we will call ourselves out. Nigerians will sit down and abuse Nigerians. We're very public and we're not ashamed about it. Right?
No.
But if you come to Nigeria from South Africa, nobody looks at you as a foreigner. A Nigerian will welcome you. Oh, you're from South Africa. How is that side? How is it going? Very welcoming and things like that. A South African can come to Nigeria, own land, own a business, do very well. There are a lot of South African businesses in Nigeria that are operating and nobody gives
They're doing well.
anything
Yeah,
about them.
we compete, we don't fight.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that, and just to land the plane here, so I'll give other people room, is that, look, it's very important to be able to distinguish. And finally, the thing I'll say is that because we are on social does not actually reflect all the people in society. And that's why I decided to come up to talk, because most of us don't talk. So you end up having a bunch of, will I say, very light-headed people that do not know history. They do not know anything.
Hurling insults at one another. I don't like that.
Everybody's abusing each other. Exactly. Exactly. And we're not really talking about the key points. So, when we spend time to study and learn, a South African can come to Nigeria, own a business 100%. Nobody's going to ask you any questions. Anyways, I land there. Thank you.
So fantastic. So guys, if you've made your point and you want to drop, because there's people in the waiting line, I want to keep it fresh. So if you made your point, you can drop, you can call back in, but let's just keep it fresh, okay? So Estella, you can drop Sunshine, Zone what? I can't see the full name. IB. You guys can feel free to drop. Zawaba. Okay, now I can see the full name. Yoli, the floor is yours. Zawaba. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Kingsley. Actually, this is very refreshing, basically, because when we voice out our opinions about Nigerians, Zimbabweans, about foreigners in South Africa, we are called names. We are told this is what, and the thing is that if you don't know what South Africans, the culture of South African people is, you're going to have a problem, because when you come into the country and you start doing certain things that are not okay, we will respond. South Africans will respond in a way that they know how. This thing of analyzing people when they've done wrong, it's not new in South Africa. When you, in the community, if a South African, I'm not even talking about foreigners, if you have been found out that you have been robbing, if you have essayed a person, if you have unalived, if you're doing anything wrong, there's three things. It's attire, it's petrol, it's matches. And that's how it is. It's been like that for decades. So when foreigners came and then they started doing bad things in our communities, unfortunately, they came into the culture of South Africans. And if you come into the place and you do not like what they're doing, leave the place, because the people of that land will not change for that person, because if they are not, there's a reason that they are not going to the police or whatever. You'd find that they've tried, and maybe there's been bribery or whatever. So they take matters into their own hands. People are not going to change to suit foreigners. People are not, I cannot go to Nigeria and dictate to Nigerians how to behave in their own country. How, when South Africans have done wrong in their country, how they should treat South Africans. I, as a South African, cannot dictate to Nigerians. So we cannot be dictated to. What should happen, how it should happen. They telling us about Mzungus and whatever. That is nobody's business. If you are not South African, it should not even concern you how we deal with the Mzungus. How we deal with the Mzungu issue or whatever. We are going to deal with it in our own way, how we see fit. But you cannot, when your own brethren are doing something wrong, you cannot then come to me and say, but look at what the other one is doing, as if the other one is better than the other one just because of skin color. Our skin may be the same, but we are not the same. We do not have the same culture. We do not have the same beliefs. So we cannot now come here and then gaslight each other as if we don't know what people are doing. And it's not because I am trying to be, I'll land just now, I'm trying to be controversial or anything like that. Unfortunately, when we come into these lives, Nigerians are defenders of criminality. They defend their brothers, their brethren, or whoever that are doing wrong things. When you find a South African girl that is a powder mule, you bet there's a Nigerian involved. It's either that girl is a girlfriend of a Nigerian, or that girl is being trafficked, was kidnapped and trafficked. We know. But even when they are found, that there is a South African that was found and was we always say, let the law, we never defend criminality. You will never find us in life saying that, no, our brethren, we're like, we will not be found in the other side defending what it is wrong. That is why now you find South Africans up in arms saying, you guys are defending things that are wrong, so we are going to show you. It's like Pakistani people. They sell things that have expired, that are laced with powder, others that are laced with poison to kids in townships. Kids are dying because of Pakistanis and Bangladeshis that own these tuck shop areas. Just a few days ago, 5 kids died in Naledi in Soweto because of a Pakistani shop. They are closing those shops because it's not one incident. There's been many incidents of these people selling counterfeit things. So when we say these things, can we not be told that we are being xenophobic? It doesn't actually make any difference to us even if they tell us we're being xenophobic, but it is problems that are in our society, and we will not keep quiet about them. We will not keep quiet about them. Thank you so much.
Okay, I have some questions, but I see, guys, I see some people asking me in the question, why am I in the comment section? Why am I platforming? Why am I listening to her? Why am I allowing this? You see, you guys have to understand something. I am a host, and I was, guys, check your network. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me well? See me well?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I've switched to my Wi-Fi, so okay. I'm going to go to Joby soon. Guys, I want you guys to understand something about building here. I am building a platform for Black Africans to come and speak their minds. And when I am in host mode, I have to take a back seat and I have to listen. That's my job. I have to be as unbiased as possible, let people speak. Because while I am curious about this live stream, I'm curious about what's happening in South Africa, I don't agree with everything you always say, but I have to let her speak. I have to let her air her views. Just like I would let everybody else air their views. That's it. My job is to let people speak. That's it. I cannot say, oh, Yoli, I disagree with you. I'm going to cut you off. Because what good does that do? Because if you go to any other live where it's South African and Nigerian, I've been to many, it's just people insulting each other. You don't get to hear the South African, you don't get to hear the Nigerian, you don't get to hear the Zimbabwean, you don't get to hear the South African. So it's just a bunch of, oh, you're a drug dealer, oh, you're a criminal, you're HIV. What does that do? It does nothing. So I want to listen to people. If you disagree, come and speak. That's it. It's an open live. Okay. Anyway, Joby, go ahead. Joby, the floor is yours. Come and speak. My job here is to listen.
Yeah. So can I speak then?
So Yoli, what did you say?
You said you had a question, or can I drop for other people to come up?
I can ask a question quickly, because I came across a statistic, a data that, and this is across almost all countries actually. Most crimes within a country are committed by the citizens of that country. Most crimes in South Africa, be it powder, be it robbery, you know what I mean, are actually committed by Black South Africans.
No, the crime, you are right. You are right.
According to the data.
No, according to the data, because obviously we are the majority, we would. But in terms of the powder, you can go check the statistics. It's not mainly South Africans. You can go check that English word.
Okay, no, I got it. Okay, so I have another question. My question then is this. Again, I'm trying to understand this. The powder, I mean, what's the number of Nigerian immigrants in South Africa? Does anybody have that number?
Okay.
I want to know two things I want to know. What is the size of the Nigerian immigrants in South Africa, and where are they local? Where do they base? Are they based across the whole of South Africa, or are they focused in a specific part of South Africa? Do you have that information, Yoli?
Okay, so the recorded number of Nigerians, the ones that are legal in the country, I think it's about 34,000, if not 37,000. And then beginning of the year or last year, the Nigerian consulate, the embassy of Nigeria in South Africa released a statement saying that there are over 500,000. They are not even sure how many Nigerians are actually in South Africa. So South Africa has got a problem of illegal immigrants. And the people that are saying that I'm lying, please, Google is your friend. South Africa.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. You landed.
There is that problem of not being able to track properly, people overstaying their visas, people using their visas incorrectly, all of those things that are a problem in society. You must remember that South Africa never had a powder problem prior to 1994 or prior to the year 2005. It never had a powder problem. South Africa only started having a problem. Yes, we had two main powders, in inverted commas, that I can tell you that were known in South Africa, but also that were not a problem. It was Mandrex, and it was ganja. Those were the two that were a problem. Even C was not a problem, but only the elite could get it, and it was not a problem. Right now, because of the scourge. Okay.
Okay, Yoli, maybe you can stay on, because I think some people will have some questions for you. Your choice. You can stay, you can leave, but it's up to you. Joby, the floor is yours. You're welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So,
Hi.
I'm just very saddened. I find it all very painful that, our history is very painful as it is, and to know what we've been through as Black people, and I'm a UK born Jamaican heritage, so my ancestors would have been ripped from the continent, so I wouldn't even know what tribe I've come from, but as far as I'm concerned, we're all one, because we all started in the same continent, and just because it's all been bordered off and colonizers came and put all these borders in place does not mean that we're not one. That I personally want all the borders removed, and I want us all united, because this is unacceptable that people are calling each other illegal in our own continent. That is crazy. If you were in Europe, they don't have borders like this. They're not going to say you're illegal. You're all one. So I don't get it. I don't get it. And then on top of that, South Africans have been treated the worst over history. I mean, the worst by their colonizers. I think the only place that wasn't enslaved was Ethiopia, but everyone else was. And the fact that they are so in denial after all Nigeria, Jamaicans, everyone stood up for them and fought for them to get rid of apartheid. For them then to turn on their own Black people is horrendous to me. And then another thing, before I go just really quickly, is what is happening in Israel now, that genocide will happen again in South Africa if any Black African think they can take back their land that was stolen. That same genocide will take place there. So they need to wake up. Huh?
Please not say that. Just say G-side. Don't say that.
Oh, G-side. Sorry, G-side. Sorry, I apologize. I don't know what the language we use here, but sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Have you landed, Joby?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave now.
Okay. So Yoli, what do you have to say about that? Quickly, Yoli, do you believe in Pan-Africanism to begin with?
No,
What do you have?
I absolutely do. Only because nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We're still very much. We were only free on paper only. We're very much still enslaved, and the only reason why they've been able to get away with it this long is because no one's said anything. They've just allowed it to happen. But I very much feel like we're still very much enslaved.
No, I was. Okay, thanks for that, Joby. So,
Thank you.
Yoli, thanks for that, Joby. Yoli, do you believe in Pan-Africanism?
Not really. No, I don't.
Okay, if I may ask, why
I
not?
don't believe. I do not believe that we should be uniting as Africa, because I feel like every single country in Africa has got a long way to go, and we've got different struggles. And if we were to unite, that unity would fall on the better economies of Africa. So I believe that every single African country must fix themselves before we can actually even talk about unity.
Okay, no, I see what you mean, but so let me give you some perspective. Personally, I believe in African unity because we have no choice. In Europe, for example, okay, the Europeans are united, but guess what? A lot of European countries are not well off economically. You understand? There are some countries in Europe. Just because it's Europe, people they hide under Europe. But you know that this is for the people that don't believe in Pan-Africanism. It will always fall on the better economic countries. This is a fact. In Europe, for example, European Union, the bulk, over 50% of the contributions to the EU comes from 4 countries: Germany, number 1; France, number 2; UK at the time, UK number 3, and one other country, Belgium or something. But the rest hide under those 4 countries. So, if we think that we have to wait for us to become economically buoyant, every single one of us, before we unite, it's never going to happen. The responsibility will always fall on the better, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing, because I'll say this. I'll say this.
That's the thing. Mr. Kingsley, the thing is that South Africans have not even been able to enjoy the fruits of their struggle alone.
That I agree with. And
people want us to share when they were enjoying the fruits of their land, and we did not fight with them. We were happy for them that they were enjoying. Now we want to better ourselves first before we can be Mother Teresa to the rest of Africa. And you must see with France is a very, very good, has a very, very good economy. But France does not like the English. They hate each other. They don't like each other.
But they still work together, though.
They may still work in certain things with each other. Even the European Union has got many issues right now for those things. That's why the UK broke away from the European Union. Many things.
And the UK is suffering. And the UK is suffering as a result, by the way.
But what is Switzerland? What is Switzerland doing? It just deported some Muslims right now. They were saying that if you cannot conform to our culture and how we do things, then you better leave Switzerland. There are a lot. The Irish people are saying the same. They're saying Ireland for Irish people. A lot of countries in Europe are saying that they want to put their countrymen first. Americans, Trump is saying America for Americans.
Okay. So let's go to no, you're right. You see, guys, forgive me, man. This is on me. It's on me, Diplomat. I just get lost in conversation. Okay, Joby, you said you were going to drop. You want to say something, or you guys? If you're going to be in the comment section and saying lies, come and speak your mind. Come and request. I mean, that's all. I mean, lie. Come and speak your mind.
I'm saying.
Can I come in, sir?
Oh, sorry.
Thomas, wait a minute. Joby, let me give to somebody that hasn't said anything.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Pastor, go ahead. Sorry, guys, please bear with me. I'm still learning how to manage a whole panel of more than 2 people. Go ahead, Pastor.
Yeah, good evening to all of you. My summation on all this is that I've been asking the questions for a very long time. When this issue have started, fine. We are not living in South Africa. Many of us that we are not living in South Africa. Some are living there. We need to sympathize with the South Africans, blacks, in everything. They are the one living there. They know what is going on ground. But my own submission and my own question that is yet to be answered is that what are you people putting in place? Because now you are telling us that all foreigners should leave, all the illegal foreigners, let me use the word illegal foreigners, to leave. But what are you putting in place to rehabilitate those people that have gone through the use of powder, to educate that people should not go into that kind of business that is bad, it destroy? What are you putting on? And what is your government even saying on this? Because there must be what check and balance in it, in both of it. And ever since I've been asking the question for every South African I've come across on any platform, none of them are giving me a correct answer about it. Sorry to say, there's one issue for you to chase people out. What about your own locals on ground? What are you doing to educate them? What are the reforms you people are carrying on it? If you say that is Nigerians that are selling powders to your children, okay, if all Nigerians leave your country, another people will stand up again. Another nationality will stand up again, arise again to be selling to you people. But because you are not put something in place to check, to counterfeit that, you are not educating people on the use, the effects, the damage to your body, and so on and so forth. And what is your government even saying about it? Because you people have been saying this for close to like 2 or 3 months, and I think your government have not even come out to talk about it. So that's what we need to check about. So that's my question. Thank you for another person to talk.
Okay, Diplomat, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley. I want to apologize ahead. I think, and I use some words that might not be okay, but I'm just apologizing ahead because I've heard a lot of stuff that to me I beat very disheartening and they are not correct. I think the dumbest mindset anybody can have is to think that every migrant, be it legal or illegal, should leave their country and they can survive. I can assure South Africans that if all those persons they are calling legal migrants, or whether legal or illegal, leave their country, they will end up like South Sudan or even Sudan. They will not survive. I was there 2 weeks ago. I'm a mental health clinician. I was there 2 weeks ago. I had to run away because that country was very unaccommodating.
Wow. Okay.
They were very unaccommodating. I've been there 3 times in my life and I've been attacked 3 times. That country is the most unaccommodating country on earth.
Damn.
Pretoria is as dangerous as hell. I don't know why South Africans feel that we need them. We don't need them. I'm a Nigerian. We don't need South Africa. We don't. I don't know what people are doing in that country. I had to tell my boss I'm coming back, and I left. I can't. It's very, very unhelpful.
When you say unaccommodating, what could you define it? What does that mean to those?
As you speak, I think some of those guys still have my wallet. They took my wallet. In fact, we were attacked because it was a Friday evening. We just came and we were going for a drive in Pretoria. And these guys stopped us. Like, we wanted to how are you people? We're 3 Nigerians and 1 German. Because I work so we went there. We were just there to help. And it was very funny. The most annoying part is that the white guy was treated well. I don't know why, because he was white. But we that were black, the way they treated us, they still have my iPhone, my Apple wristwatch. I think they took the Apple wristwatch. They took some other stuff from us. It's basically, it's the most, I don't know. I don't want to use some words, but I don't know why they think that if everybody leaves their country, that they will be okay. The issue of this powder stuff, let's be very sincere. She made a very bogus and outrageous lie that they didn't have powder issues a few years ago. It has always been part of the culture of South Africans. Yawupi has been existing even before she was born.
No. Diplomats, please, can you speak on something that you know?
Let him learn.
No. Please let me finish. I am as a mental health clinician. I do see. We went. The reason why we went there was to help with the drug addiction issue. So I know the history more than you. So don't tell me. I have the record. I have the statistics. That's my job. That's what I do. So when I'm speaking about health and drugs, I don't think you should if you are not in that profession. We can engage on that for the next 4-5 hours, and I'll give you the statistics. So don't even bother going about. Yawupi has been existing even before you were born. So don't go about, don't talk, don't
What
go and
what
start.
what's in your
I'm
guys?
going,
What is
They are
I'm,
local,
I'm going
their
to
own
drop
they are
because
local
that's a
drugs.
lie.
It
I
has been
cannot stand
existing for
lies
years.
because
Wait,
Nyawupe is
guys,
a recent drug.
guys,
It's a recent drug,
guys.
so I will drop.
See, let me
Guys,
say something.
What's Nyaope? What's that? In fact,
It is their local drugs, local powder.
Can I
that
explain
has
to
been
you what it
existing
is?
for
What
years.
is it, diplomats? Can you tell me what is it a mixture of? Since you know so much.
See,
Since you know so much.
don't even let us not go into those. Let us not go into
No.
that.
What is it a mixture?
Because-
Since you know so much,
No,
please
no.
enlighten
No.
everyone. Yeah. What is it a mixture of?
I'm going to leave it. But when you were making your statement, nobody
Yoli,
just
He
let
doesn't know.
respect.
Yoli,
and I'll
let
make
him
my
land.
point.
Okay, diplomat.
I'm not going-
1 more minute, sir.
See-
Make a point, land.
Okay, Mr. Kiste, I'm not going to go into the details of trying to explain what the constituent is, but I can tell you that it has been existing for years. And for someone to come and say, oh, it has not been existing, they had a drug issue a few years ago, everybody should leave their country and they will survive. They will not survive. In as much as we want.
Why do you think they will not survive? Why do you think
No,
they will
they
not
will not
survive?
survive. They will not survive.
Why?
They have very few professionals. That country is basically run by those persons who they call Muzungos, the white. And if those persons don't get their hand out, they are not going to survive. It's like you go to Australia, you have indigenous people. There's this issue that almost indigenous people don't work. But most of them, they do work. But those that don't work don't really have that resources to meet up with those who are working. So if you're asking the professionals, which most migrants are, to leave that country, they're not going to survive because they don't work. They're very lazy. They are lazy people. They are very lazy. That's the truth.
Isn't that a stereotype though?
No, it's not a stereotype. It's a fact. Even where I live in Australia, I have South African friends. They are lazy as well. They don't like working. It is just something that is in them. They don't like working. So they have this issue with Nigerians. We are hustlers. We might be doing the wrong thing. I'm not saying that Nigerians don't do the wrong thing. We do. But
When
once
he's
people
done
come
with the
up,
submission, can I please talk?
Okay, diplomat, land your plane.
I'm upstairs.
Diplomat.
okay, let me just allow other people to talk. I think I'll wait for her to respond so that I can respond as well.
Okay, sorry, UT, you say connection. Guys in the comment section. How is my connection? Because this guy has been talking about my network. Who
There's
can
nothing wrong
anybody's
with the connection.
I
There's
don't
nothing
think
wrong with
anything
the
is wrong with I think you're just trying to be funny. Bro, you're a grown-ass man, be mature. So Yoli, you want to speak?
Can I speak?
You know, I think it's only fair for a South African to respond to that because Diplomat made some statement. It's only fair.
Yes, and I'm the only South African in the panel actually right now.
Okay,
So
then it's only fair for you to respond to that. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
the thing is that Nyaupe is that's the thing. He's coming here and is claiming to know and that he's coming to help South Africans with a drug addiction or whatever. South Africans never had a powder problem. Please, F1 people, never had a problem. Nyaupe is a recent drug, if I am not mistaken, around between 2008 and 2010 when it is started. It is a mixture of your low-end powders that are mixed, I think about 5. It is a complete destroyer of you won't know. And somebody said, what are you guys doing to rehabilitate those people? Some Nyaupe people you cannot rehabilitate. They steal from their own families. They steal from neighbors. That is
it a powder?
It's a powder. It's a mixture though. It's not one powder. It's a mixture. It's a mixture of different powders. This guy coming here and saying that it's been a culture, he doesn't understand that South Africans have been in apartheid and were just released in 1994. We did not have the luxury of a nightlife, of partying until whatever. We had curfews up until then. We had so many restrictions that we cannot do. So powder was not part of our culture. That is why it is a culture shock for us right now. So if you are going to come here, Diplomat, and then and say certain things, you need to come with informed things that you're going to say to us, because every single South African that will come up here, except for the Jelofina that is up there, that will come up here, they will tell you that the surge of powder
What's a jolofina? What's that? It sounds
Okay,
like an insult though. What's a jolofina? Should I be pissed with that?
No,
I think it's for
you shouldn't.
South African women that got married to Nigerians.
It's South African women that get married to
Jolofina.
Nigerians or that get
Jesus.
involved with Nigerians and now are defenders of
Yo.
Nigerians.
So you
we
call them jolofina?
Yeah, because of the jollof rice.
I'm gonna be pissed by that. But anyway, go on.
So every single South African knows that the Diplomat, you said what you wanted to say. The surge of powder came with the influx of foreigners. That is a fact. You can go anywhere.
Okay, can I come in? Can I come in?
Ego, calm down now.
Mr.
I've been here for a while. I wanted to just speak up.
I know, guys. I know. I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. Thomas was here.
I have to speak first. I mean,
thank you.
No,
I'm sorry, guys. When it's a lot of people on the when it's a lot of people on the panel, I can't. I mean, just deal. Sorry. Go ahead, Thomas. Speak.
I'm listening to you. I'm also a South African, so I just wanna agree with her. We never had this problem before. Of the Nyaupe things. So ganja was one of our problems, and the mandrakes, as she was saying. Another thing that I just wanna allude to is what Diplomat is saying about South Africans being lazy. You cannot say a productive economy like South Africa, people are lazy. It's impossible. We produce almost a lot of things in South Africa. So who works there? Is foreigners? No. We have hundreds of mines in South Africa, coal mines, gold, everything that is dug by our...
Fair points.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you cannot say South Africans are lazy, because he can never compare. We can put Nigeria as much as you guys are. How many? 300 million or something? The output can never match what we produce here, what we export in South Africa. So all I'm trying to say is you cannot just generalize and say people are lazy. People come with facts.
okay.
Yeah. So and another thing that I wanted to stress is this business acumen. Seems like I mean, all these guys from Africa are somehow business savvy. I don't know if that is the right word. There are a lot of South African companies that are owned by black South Africans. There is no project in South Africa that does not involve a black South African. Not even one.
Triple BEE, tell them, Thomas.
Yeah. Not even a single project. Not even if you're talking Mall of Africa, we're talking about a lot of estates that you see today. 30% is owned by black people.
No, I'm happy. I'm good. I'm happy for that. As long as you guys are getting a piece of that pie. That's all.
For example, let me.
Diplomats. Let him speak.
Mr. Keste, hold on, please. Can I just quickly say something?
Thomas, diplomats, I cannot. If I let you do that, I have to let other people do that too, and I cannot let you do that. I
to respond to something
because you said something. Because you say something about our country. It's only fair for her to respond to you. You get me?
Yeah, Thomas just said same thing as well, and I wanted to just ask him to.
Okay,
no. Thomas,
just wait a minute.
You have 1 more minute to speak. Speak. Land your plane, and then I might give Diplomat a chance to say something. Then I go to. We have to respect the process, bro. Go ahead. Diplomat.
For example, let's talk about land that you guys always talk about as owned by white people, right? Okay, on the news, this has been ventilated across by politicians who don't know nothing about South Africa. For example, white people only occupy 12% of our land. They only control or own 72% of the commercial and arable land. This is what they own. So this story of somehow 4 million people owning like 72%, they should be specific about it. It's an arable and commercial land.
They own 70% plus of the commercial land for business.
Yes, commercial and urban.
Okay.
But in terms of the occupation of what they own, it's only 12% of South Africa.
Okay. Thomas, please land your plane quickly.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be there, like, guys, don't call South Africans lazy. Don't call us.
Okay.
We have a lot of things we own in South Africa, but Black South Africans or Southern Africans in general, we are not those people who say, "Come and see me. I own this. I own that."
Okay. Good. So, Diplomat, quick response, Diplomat. Quick response from Diplomat. Because I give you 3 minutes. I promise you, Diplomat. Now you can respond quickly. Diplomat, unmute, sir. You're on mute.
Thank you, Mr.
Quickly, please. Quickly.
Okay, just quickly. A country that's 72% are owned by the whites, and 72% of the businesses are owned by the whites or business land, and someone is saying they don't own the country. I don't know how that is logical. And secondly, somebody is failing to also remind us or tell this platform that there's a particular community, or let me say local government in that country, that there are no blacks. So Thomas is not telling us that as well.
Are you talking about Orania? Please, Orania is a privately owned land. Please don't go there.
It doesn't really matter. That is,
we are not going.
There's no. Can you just please?
If you go there, we are going to talk about the Indian school in Nigeria that Nigerians cannot go to. The hospitals in Nigeria owned by China. No, it's there.
Please don't lie. Can you just keep quiet?
No, it's there.
There's no place in Nigeria. Please. There's no place in Nigeria that Nigerians cannot access. It is not. There's no place.
I've never heard of a place that Nigerians
can enter. The only place that we have issues was
Can I tell you, Mr. Kingsley, it's an Indian school. It's an Indian school. It is everywhere. It's a documentary that they did. That's nice.
I'll
send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay, send it to me. Send it to me personally.
Mr. The only place that Nigerians were not accessible was that Chinese supermarket in Abuja, which has been opened.
They closed it down.
They closed it down.
Okay.
So there's no place in Nigeria.
Can I say something quickly? Just a second. About Orania.
Ogo. Oh, no. Thomas, we'll come back to you. Okay, so Ego, I'll give you 3 minutes. You've been really kind. After Ego, I'll go to EK Street. I'll go to Ketliwe. Then I think we can then do a second one.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I give you 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My own submission is plain and simple, right? Now, South Africans have been talking about this powder stuff. Nigerians are coming to their country, selling powder and all that. Now, I'll start by saying one thing, yeah? This powder of a thing is a business, right? And we all know that for a business to thrive, the environment has to enable it. We all know. It's a fundamental business principle. The environment has to enable it. South Africa's environment enables drug pushing or powder pushing. That is why. So even if you take away the whole Nigerians there, a different set of people will come and sell powder because the environment enables it. It's common sense. And I don't know why these people don't see these things. They see Nigerians selling powder. Who is buying this powder? It's just like you go to a chocolate factory and you say you are making chocolate. You are the cost of my.
That's a fair point too.
You are making me fat. You are making me fat. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Look, and even talking about that, Nigerians are not even the ones. Maybe some Nigerians are the ones doing the distribution, but the main source are even the Mexicans. The other day, I can share the link with you. The other day, the highest drug syndicate, the largest drug syndicate in South Africa was uncovered. It was Mexicans and South Africans that was running this thing. 36 arrests were made, not even a single Nigerian involved.
Okay.
Yes, I can share you. Even go on Google, you'll see it. And a couple of weeks back again, one of their largest kingpin was caught at the airport. It was from, I think, Mozambique or one of these neighboring countries. It wasn't Nigerians. So I don't know why they just come with all these excuses. For me, I don't care whether they are lazy or whether they are not lazy. I won't say anybody's lazy. I don't even care whether they are lazy. But my own is the accusations that they just put on Nigerians ignorantly. I was speaking to somebody the other day. This girl doesn't even know anything about what's happening. She's South African. But I've had her on my contact for a very long time because we did some work together. And then I was asking her some questions. Ignorantly, because she followed the bandwagon, Nigerian self-powder, she just joined. She didn't know anything. She just like insulting Nigerians, blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at her and I was like, this one is another ignorant person. So South Africans just come up with all sorts, maybe because they don't like Nigeria. I think their anger is that we call ourselves giant of Africa, and they think that they should be the ones, and that's where all this belief is coming from. Let me tell you the truth: it's not drug.
Yoli, please mute. Okay, you have 1 more minute. Go.
Yeah, so it's not powder. They think that they can survive on their own. For me, I've been to South Africa a couple of times. I've been invited by my company a couple of times. I refused to go the last 2 times because the same thing Diplomat was saying, I experienced it. I was almost robbed there. I was embarrassed at the airport by the immigration people, and I was almost
Were they
robbed.
Nigerians?
No, South Africans.
Okay.
South Africans.
Oh, the immigration harassed you too?
Yes.
Damn,
It's
bro.
standard.
Shit.
It's standard.
Nigeria. Okay.
It's standard. So I don't know why they think that they're all that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All good?
Thank you.
Fantastic. Ike, I'm just gonna go straight to Ike. The floor is yours. 2 minutes, sir. After Ike, I'll go to Kate, then we can go back to Yoli, and then we just.
Thank you. Hey, but 2 minutes is not enough, man, because there's a lot of it I have to say. Guys, there's something that I don't understand, man. Why are you always comparing South Africa with Nigeria? South Africa is a new country. Yeah, no, yeah, we've been there. You guys are celebrating
I think his name is
64 years. No, I didn't disturb anyone.
Are you South African?
Let me finish, ne? I'm South African, yeah.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm South African, yeah. So I don't understand why you always comparing South Africa with Nigeria. And yes, and you always you know in submission in your comments you said you have got many billionaires, millionaires in Nigeria, and there are always also many even the kind of also well highly educated. You have got PhDs, and so yeah, so something that is not happening in South Africa. So right, it's fine if we have got millionaires and billionaires. What do they do? Why Nigeria is not developed? Why is not developed? Your country is not developed. You have got billionaires and millionaires.
I mean,
okay, fine. Let me leave it there. No. Wait. Let me finish. And always claiming to be African giants. And the only, the only reason why you say that is only one thing, that is the number of the population is 225 million. It doesn't mean anything to us. Another thing is, if one you can look at the buildings. No, wait, let me finish. Oh my goodness. Let me finish. If one can look at the buildings and the people on the ground in Nigeria can see suffering, you know what? Yeah. And number 2, the whole world is complaining about you, but you will never accept that. And someone was saying it was Nigeria was unalive in South Africa. Tell me when it happened. What happened to the person who committed that crime? It is something that is like to you, the way you put it is like something that's happening every day. Where it happened, why, who committed the crime, and then if there's okay. Then number 2, okay, you always boasting about being the best travelers in the world. Who cares? You are hated all over the world. Who cares if you are the best travelers? What are you achieving on that? And please leave the land issue on our hands. We are going to deal with it when we have time. Don't worry about it, because even some of the politicians they also complain about land that have to be returned back to the owners. You find that the only thing they will say, the people must go and occupy unoccupied land. So what you're going to see there is these cuckoos, what do you call it, sharks, so there's no development. I can understand if maybe they said, okay, we're going to develop it and allow people to go and settle there. So now they just push people to go there and occupy the land. You find that no people are suffering. There's no water, there's no electricity. Right? Yeah, even there's no solution. Yeah, right? The other thing that I can tell you is that there was someone was saying something about handouts. It is also happening in Nigeria. You guys were complaining about something. Even the petrol in Nigeria was subsidized by the government. Now Tinubu, is no longer subsidizing it, and you complained. And in some way, the handouts also, you also get handouts because even the rice that you get from the government is a handout. So you are in the same, we are in the same platform. I know it's the same level. It doesn't matter about millionaires or billionaires, but we are all suffering. The last thing I can just talk about now is laziness. South Africans are lazy. They cannot do anything about themselves. Who built these roads? These tar roads, the railway lines, the buildings you see in South Africa, that your own people are destroying it. They're stealing the cable from the roads,
that's Nigerians too? That's Nigerians too?
No, foreigners. But you say South Africans, that means all the foreigners are saying the same thing. They say the South Africans are lazy. The South Africa developed buildings, roads, tar roads, even the railway lines. There's a lot of money in the harbors. So, but now everything is destroyed. Who destroyed it? Who was involved? It's the foreigners. Okay. The last one now is hustling. You are the hustlers. Okay. Right? Tell me, what have you achieved? No. What have you achieved? What have you achieved? I'm letting now. What have you achieved? Please. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to make my submission.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Ike. No, Ike. I totally get it. For me, see, about this, let me just say this and I'll go to Ketliwe up there. When it comes to Nigeria and South Africa, I've never understood what the beef is between the two countries, because at the end of the day, they're suffering in both countries. That's the truth. So when I see South Africans and Nigerians going at it, I'm like, what are you guys fighting over? We're all dealing with the same shit. Anyway, Ketliwe, go ahead. I don't want to start or go off. After Ketliwe, we'll go back to Yoli and then we'll just keep, and then I have to end the live in 10 minutes because I need to sleep. Ketliwe, the floor is yours. I give it 2 minutes. Welcome.
Okay, greeting host. You are one of the most patient man I ever come across.
We have to
sitting there. I know I'm just looking at you. If one of my daughter was single, I would have to introduce them to you.
Welcome. Go ahead, dear. Make a submission.
Okay, I came up, not the South African thing, but there's only one thing Jolie said that I agree with her regarding this. Is it Yahweh? I don't know if it's what they call this powder that Yope. I agree with her because my best friends and my other half is South African, so I know. So what she mentioned about that Yape, it recent, because I asked, and that's what I was told as well by them. Two of them are lawyers, so I believe what they said, right? So I agree with her with that. The rest of it, I disagree with her. I came up because regarding immigrant and calling her, to me, no Africans, no black person is foreigner in Africa. I agree. In Europe, in UK, where I am now, in America, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, we black people, we are hated all over the world and we are called foreigner. So you're telling me when I go to Africa, I'm going to be called foreigner. So I would like to know where I must go. And while you've got these European, Jolie, is it Yoli? Yoli said, Yoli. Yes, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. She mentioned something about France is doing good. Doing what? Without Africa, there would be no UK, there would be no Europe, there would be no America. So we need to spread the proper information. Right now, you have 16 West African countries that pay France 500 billion per year in colonial tax. Niger and Mali stopped doing that. The others are doing it. You telling me, as they always said, Africa is poor. Why you think the West and France is so hell-bent by wanted to overthrow Traore, Niger? Let me finish. Let me finish. Why do you think they hell-bent and they want to analyze those three brothers in the Sahel? Why? Because they are taking food out of their mouth, right? And look what they done in Benin and Ivory Coast by popped up with military to use us It's always, I always said, it's not the European. They always use us against each other.
Yep,
And
it's
that
us.
is our downfall, right? They're using them so they can get back into Niger, Mali. Because there's a video, two videos I saw where this man, Howard Nicholson, said, we have to keep African poor in order for you to maintain to be rich. Because if Africa does anything different, your standard of living in Europe, England, and America will go down. We need to be educated and stop this nonsense. Nigerian powder, listen, we are doing the job for the enemies. They don't need to do it anymore because we are doing it for them. It's the reality. Because my sister, if you and I do not speak, no one would say I'm from Jamaica or you from South Africa. Because when we ate it all over the world, they ate us by the first thing their eyes see is the color of our skin. Look in the Middle East. Name me one country where we are treated good. Do you think this is by accident? It is by design. Because I'm in the UK and I heard the host said, when she mentioned, she said, look at Britain leave European Union. Let me tell you something. Before Britain leave the European Union, I went and voted for Britain to exit the European Union. And I've done it the same way they want us to divide and easy to conquer. That's why I voted for Britain to leave. And they're always saying the Polish must go, the Polish coming here taking our jobs, these foreigner Polish coming to take our job. Even black people jump on the bandwagon in the UK and say, the Polish. Yes, my friends then were saying it. I said, stop complaining because these people done the same thing to us. Yeah, 1 second, same thing to us and calling Polish, calling us foreigner. No, we are following them. The British white people cursing the Polish said they're taking our job. Do you know what happened when Britain leave the exit and the Polish went home? Do you know what happened? The European Union pumped money into Poland, build the economy up, and all because they punished Britain. And what happened when the Polish went? I don't know if you know about UK, Dover, where they went. Dover is where you go when you're driving, you want to go to Europe. You can take the plane, the train, or the ferry. Over 100,000 Polish went. Do you know what happened? I queued up for 3 hours. We couldn't get petrol. They did a show it on BBC in Africa. I could not get petrol. We had to queue up for 3 hours. The supermarket shelf was empty. There were no fruit pickers in the farm. Do you know what happened? The farmers was on TV complaining. 65,000 British people applied to work the farm. Within 1 week, guess how many British workers were on the farm? Guess how many? One. The farmers was on TV complaining. The government was scratching their head. Right, but they didn't show this in Africa because what they show on BBC in Africa, they don't show it. They did this. One, do you know what Britain have to do finally? Do you know what happened? Britain had to go back and beg the Polish to come back and pay them extra £5,000 and provide accommodation for them. So it cost them. Thank you. That's what happened. So when people say no country in this world ever do without so-called illegal immigrants, and finally, Africans are not illegal in Africa. If Southern Africa, South Africa is part of Africa. To concentrate on the European and the British people who control the resources. Without South Africa, Britain wouldn't exist because all your gold, your diamond, and your resources is here. Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. No, again, I'm going to go back to Yoli, and then this is going to be your final point because I have to close. I'm just going to say this. I think a lot of Africans need to understand that we don't have any friends, we don't have any allies, and I've said it. I don't know how many of you have watched my previous videos. We don't have any friends. We don't have any friends. Like you think, the Europeans are not your friends, the Asians are not your friends, the Latinos are not your friends. I mean, they like your money, they like your resources, but they don't give a shit about you. You will never be a priority. And even in Switzerland here, you always have, immigrants must go. But you know what? Like for example, in Switzerland, every election cycle, this right, nobody fears them. But immigrants, Ausländer raus. But guess what? They never kick out the Auslander because they know you can scream and jump all you want. You need us. You need us. That's it. That's why they don't take them seriously. Even in Germany, immigrants. Go. But guess what? The German Prime Minister is coming to open scholarships for Africans because they need workers. They need economy.
Let's talk about what happened in Florida. What happened in Florida when the governor said all illegal must leave? There was no one when
It's
all the
tanked.
Mexican. There was no one to pick the
It
fruits.
tanked.
None.
It tanked. So that's something people need to understand. And I'm going to go to Yoli because I want to track. I think a lot of people think a lot of people live in an ideal bubble. We live in an idealistic bubble. Oh yeah, immigrants go, even illegal. Just I want, people like to say, for example, this country for these citizens. No, it doesn't work like that because
look what is happening in Israel. Look what's happening in Israel.
Please.
Look what's happening in Israel. It's Africans there picking the fruits in the farm.
Okay, so the point is this: we need to just understand that it's usually idealistic. We need ourselves. Now, that's just what I'm saying. Because even these developed countries that people love to look up to, they won't tell you this. They need to understand that this is going on. You cannot do it by yourself. But Yoli, I'll give you 3 minutes. I'll give each and every one of you 3 minutes to respond to something you want to respond to and then make your final points, okay? Yoli, the floor is yours. 3 minutes, or maybe 4, depending on how it goes. Go ahead for everyone.
You know what? I'm going to be really, really calm, try and be calm in saying this. First and foremost, in relation to France. Yes, France is a booming economy because of the colonization of Africa. I said that in my comments. Maybe she didn't see my comments there, but all in all, they are a booming economy as we stand right now. That's first and foremost. Why are the foreigners picking okay, let me just compare ourselves to Britain because British people also have grants. South African people also receive social government grants. But in comparison to the British people, they get a whole lot more than what South Africans get. South Africans get just a bare minimum for social grants for children under the age of 18, for elderly people over the age of 60, and so forth and so on. And if you before 1994, even in my home, we had a domestic worker who used to work in our home, even before then, even after that. But in South Africa, we established a minimum wage. How do you compete with illegal foreigners who come into the country and then they negotiate below minimum wage when you know that it is against the Constitution? How then, because what the employer always looks at is making profit, is making whatever in everything, whether it is security, whether it's domestic work, whether it is wherever you are, they look at making profit. So whenever there is, now they are saying that we are your brothers or whatever, but they now are coming to take our jobs. How then are we going to now compete with that? You are talking about people picking fruits in wherever. Probably those British people want to pick those fruits, but what they are offering is not what they know and what they are used to in their living conditions. Because if you are native in that country, you deserve to be to reap the fruits of the minerals in that country and whatever that the government is doing if you are living below minimum wage. So if they are offering what is below minimum wage, what are they supposed to do? So now you cannot compare apples with oranges. You need to compare everything. And then we are being told, and the thing is that what people need to understand, and I'm sorry if I'm going to sound very, very controversial, we are literally not the same as West Africans. In South Africa, there's not even one slave that was sold. They had to go to India to bring in slaves because we fought those people and we told them that we are not going to be their slaves. Slavery and apartheid are two different things that our people need to know. People in West Africa, they sold their own black people. So kidnappings and whatever, to those people, it is it's second to none to them. They are used to the thing. It's in their blood. We don't know that. When we fight, when we say that the spirit of Shaka Zulu or the spirit of South Africa is within us, we know what we're talking about. We are not the same. We cannot say we are one. We cannot say we are going to unite when we do not have the values and the culture that will unite us as one Africa. Just because we share the same skin color does not mean that we are the same. We are definitely not the same. We have Ethiopians who don't, and other places, and Somalians, they don't even regard themselves as as Africans. They regard themselves as Arab or whatever so just because we all live in Africa does not mean we are one. Just because we share the same skin color does not mean that we believe in what is it? Human rituals. South Africans never knew about those things. Now we are so open to those things because of foreigners, that they're human sacrifices, they are whatever things that they are there in other countries that we never knew about. These things are so foreign to us, and it is a shocker in our society when we are saying that enough. And maybe in lives we may converse a lot with Nigerians because they make the loudest noise, or Zimbabweans. But we have problems with Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Malawans, Pakistanians, Bangladesh people. It is certain people of foreign national. So it's not because of the West African countries, it's just that we converse a lot more with you, and we are dealing with the immediate threats that we see in our communities, the immediate threat that threaten us. The Mzungus are not my immediate threat, and that's a conversation for another day. But what we are saying is that we will deal with the immediate threat as we see fit. And nobody is going to tell us how to do it in our land. You can go to your country and dictate in your country how you are going to.
That is why you're speaking like that.
I'm not a white person. You are going to, yes, you are. I'm finishing. For every single African person, you are going, if you are not a native to that country, you
Tell
can.
the white people that don't directly.
Let her, please, you're gonna piss me off now. Please, I'm the host. You're not. Please. There's a reason why I have this platform. You may not agree with what she's saying. She's my guest. Let her speak. She's not being rude to anyone. Let her speak. Go ahead, Yoli.
Like I said, Mr. Kingsley, I cannot go to Nigeria or Ghana and dictate to the natives of that land how should they deal with certain things when I'm not native to that land. So that is where I land. Thank you so much for everything.
My pleasure, Yoli. You can drop.
I can drop.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm ending after this. Thomas, the floor is yours, sir. 3 minutes to respond to something and then make your last point, then you can drop. 3 minutes. Go ahead, Thomas.
Okay, Mr. Kings, thank you, man, for this platform. It's a very, I know it's controversial, but it's important that we at least we get to know one another, because we cannot claim to know the West African culture. So as we're speaking to you guys, we can understand some things as well. But what I want to say is this thing of I just want to emphasize this point, like you was talking about. You know, there are struggles in South Africa that we went through. South African struggle didn't start in 1948 during the apartheid era. It started a long time ago, like 300 years or 400 years ago. So when the ANC was formed in 1912, already South Africa was at war because of the land issues, a lot that was happening under the British colony. Afrikaners, or the Dutch, or the white people you're referring to today, they were also colonized by Britain. They fought Anglo-Boer War. That is long before the 1948 struggle. So I'm not going to dwell much on the South African history, but all I'm trying to say, there are people who always say, guys, we fought for South Africa. We appreciate everybody who was involved in our struggle in any shape or form. However, when our borders were opened for the guys to come to South Africa, the experience that people got was a different story. Which people started raising eyebrows, like you are saying we are one, but the things you do, we have never are strange to us. So we don't know what you mean we are one. Because I remember during Mbeki's era there was something called African Renaissance. Former President Thabo Mbeki, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
So, former President Hamburg used to speak a lot about African Renaissance. And at that time, I thought I was Pan-Africanist. Till I saw what is happening in South Africa, and I was like, no.
Okay.
Mr. Kingsley, when Zimbabwean economy collapsed, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
When that economy collapsed completely, we opened our hands to Zimbos to a point where I think President Mbeki allowed them to have a special, wasn't Mbeki or Zuma, but they were given special permits so that they can be able to survive in South Africa, to work and do other things.
Okay.
Within no time, we started seeing a lot of them involved in different criminal elements, including cross-border crimes and all those things. And this is not a once-off thing. That's a problem. It happens all the time.
Okay.
There was a lady who was talking about this Nyawe. Yeah, I think it was Nyawe. I don't know. When I hear the surname, I suspect she's from Mozambique. But my sister owns 4 Uber car. She's in Uber business, right? 3 weeks ago, one of her cars were hijacked here in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
So then it was reported to the police and it was checked. Do you know that car was found in Kumati Port border post? That's the border to Mozambique. One Mozambican was arrested driving that car across, trying to drive the car across the border. This is not a once-off thing; it's a lot. So that's the thing that South Africans are experiencing every day.
Okay.
Mandela's grandson, Mandla Mandela. Mandla Mandela's grandson.
Land quickly, because I want to ask you a quick question. Okay, quickly.
Okay. Mandla Mandela's grandson just recovered his Land Cruiser on the border post with South Africa and Zimbabwe. One Zimbabwean was arrested driving that car across the border. So do you see the things we face in South Africa? Like it's not a once-off thing. I'm just mentioning one or two. There's a lot.
Yeah, no,
but
I get you.
I'm just trying to give you a picture of what South Africans go through every day to reach the point to say, you know what, guys, if you are illegal in our country, please leave.
Okay.
We don't have any issue with legal because legal people are easily traceable. The illegals are a problem. You can't trace them. Every South African has an ID. Okay. Sorry. Every South African has an ID with fingerprints. So if we do something, we will easily get caught.
Okay.
But if you are illegal,
Thomas.
you are untraceable. So that's why South Africans are saying, you know what? If you are illegal, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thomas, just stay on the live. Let me give other people to speak and drop so that I can just have a quick chat with you. Ego, the floor is yours. Ego, 3 minutes to make your points and land. Okay. Then I go to EK, then I go to Diplomat, and then I just go back to Thomas to quick questions. The floor is yours, Ego.
I hope I'm loud and clear.
Yes.
So for me, right, I will say that this thing that we are talking about, one Africa, unity in Africa, and all that, it's not new to South Africans. The people making all the noise that they don't want foreigners, they don't want blacks, are the black South Africans. I would say let them be. People should stop going to South Africa. In fact, for me, I would say treat them like an outcast. If that's what they want, let's see how far they survive. For me, I will not go there for any reason. Let them be on their own. Let them be on their own. This is that's what they want. Because I don't understand. The other lady came here. The lady that spoke before she dropped, she said foreigners are taking lower wage and all that. My brother, you and I we are in the UK here. If an employer employs below minimum wage, what happens? The employer gets arrested or gets fined. It is their process that is not right. Are you telling me now? Exactly. Are you telling me now that if, for example, I have my child in the hospital and I need money to take the child I have my child that is sick and I need money to take the child to hospital, I won't take a lower paying job? Will you blame me for taking a lower paying job to save my child? if your processes are correct, if your processes are right, why will your employer employ somebody and pay below minimum wage? You are blaming the immigrant. That's how ignorantly they talk. They are blaming. Where has that thing happened before? That you blame the instead of you to blame the employer for employing this person and paying me, and it's still the same South Africans that are employing these people. Yet you blame you blame the immigrants. So for me, I would say let the rest of West Africa, the rest of Africa, cut away from South Africa. Let them. In fact, they are close to the sea. Just push them out into the sea. Let them be on their own.
Ego, have you landed, bro?
Yeah, that's all.
Ego, thank you so much for stopping by, sir. Have a nice one. You can drop, okay? EK, go on. The floor is yours, sir. 3 minutes to make a point.
Okay, thank you, sir. No, I'm not going to be long this time. What I want to say, whatever is happening in South Africa, it's new to us. Not something that I'm talking about hatred. If we hate foreigners, that is new. It's something that was not happening before. They were welcomed, but South Africa accepted these people, but they started to attack us, calling us names, like we're stupid, we're uneducated, we're poor, we're lazy, we're cowards, who are scared of Mzungus. Some would say something like, why we don't chase Mzungus out of our country? So why they always tell us what to do, man? We adopted, some also say we adopted Mzungu's accent. That means why they always associate us with anything that they can think of. Yeah, to you, we are not creative. You do not expect anything from us, anything good from us. So we are just trash, man. We're just useless people. The way they portray us, it's like we're nothing. They don't expect anything good from us. Why? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to have a word. So I'm going to land here.
No problem. EK, you can drop. Thank you, man. See you, man.
Okay, sure.
Diplomat, sir, the floor is yours. 3 minutes to make a point on land.
Okay.
Diplomat, yeah. Diplomat, you there?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kingsley. First of all, somebody that said education is not key couldn't even pronounce subsidy, but it's fine. We didn't give ourselves giant of Africa. The world did. So if they can't really deal with it, we don't have an issue. We don't have any issue with that. Regard the issue of the AOP, I wanted to just revisit that conversation. When I say it has been existing for a while, and I'm sticking to that, because as a clinical chemist, the composition is heroin, cannabis, and some other constituents. Those other drugs I just mentioned, they have been existing. So when they started mixing it in their local formats, that's where they got what they have now. So when people say it started yesterday or recent, I don't agree, because the constituents have been existing and they have been using it for ages. So when they come to say they started using it yesterday, I don't know where it doesn't make any sense. So if you produce this yesterday, doesn't mean it started working yesterday. Because what you're using to produce it has been what has been existing. You have been using the constituents, you just added it separately together to get a new one, which is more latent, more dangerous than what you were having before. So I basically don't know why people just have issues with the country. You don't like Nigeria. We didn't give ourselves giant of Africa. The world did that for us because of what we are. The most educated black race on earth. You can't compete with that. You can't compete with that. So when people, I don't know why South Africans feel that they can rival us or compete with Nigerians. We're not in any competition. We are above them. We are up there, they are down there. There's no competition. We are not mates in any way. Education, there's no comparison at all. And I will repeat it again. Take away the migrants from that country will be nothing. And a country that doesn't want to evolve or move with the trend is going to remain in the trenches. When you don't follow evolution, every country on earth changes. Once you go to those countries, you adapt to what the country has. You follow the culture. What's happening in that country, you learn and you grow. But when you feel that, you are very confident, you are okay, you don't want anybody to come to your country, people started doing ritual, blah, 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 those stories. Are you saying that
people are doing ritual in South Africa? Nigerians are doing rituals in South Africa?
I don't know where they I think, was that not what Yoli was saying, that there was a culture that was introduced to them?
Yeah.
That was introduced to South Africans. Ritual, I'm like, really? Does that really make any sense?
I have a question. Actually, I have Thomas. Okay, it's actually good that I have you guys now. Diplomat and Thomas. Thomas is South African. Diplomat is Nigerian. So, Thomas, I want to ask you a quick question, and I'll ask Diplomat the same question. Thomas, be very honest.
Yeah.
What is your vision of South Africa? Like, if your perfect South Africa, Thomas, what does it look like? Describe it for me.
Okay, the vision of South Africa is
for you
is in a document that I still believe in right now, that was adopted in 1955, called the Freedom Charter. So that was a document that was adopted by our grandparents in 1955. I believe in that document. People shall govern. That's one of the adopted policies. Land must be shared equally according to those who work it. Non-sexist, non-racial society. That's the South Africa that I envisioned, and I believe South Africans are not saying all Africans must pick and live, because we know we don't have everything. We need some skills from different parts of the world. So I've worked with Nigerians. I'm still working with them, in fact. There is a guy called Adiola that I work with. He's from Nigeria. He's working for Nokia. So we've traveled together across Johannesburg, doing a lot of things together. We are fine. So what South Africa is talking about is illegal immigration.
Illegal nuisance. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, fair enough.
But the problem is this: what we are experiencing when we're dealing with that, because it's very easy for someone to say, why are you not dealing with your police and all those things, I have a friend of mine. He's an advocate, who works for the Department of Labor. The level of corruption in that sector is unbelievable. So the institutions in South Africa that's supposed to be dealing or protecting the interests of South Africans is very polluted right now, very corrupt.
Okay.
Which now, why people they resort to a freedom charter of people shall govern, is when they now start standing up by themselves, because the system is failing them. Like what Yolu was saying right now, the minimum wage is a struggle that South Africa has been waging for some time.
I got the gist. I just want to I got the gist. So Diplomat, as a Nigerian man yourself, what? Because you seem like a man that speaks his mind, and I appreciate that. Where do you see South Africa from your lens, Diplomat, in the next 30 years? What do you think is going to be in us? What do you think South Africa is going to become? If they
Sincerely, I don't really. First of all, that history lesson was making me forced go to bed. It was a bit very boring. But personally, I don't think South Africa is going to change even in the next 100 years, because the crop of generation they are raising presently are going to be worse than those that did the apartheid and the xenophobia, because they are worse.
The black South Africans, you mean, or the white South Africans?
Yes, the black ones. I live in Australia. I live in Australia, and I personally stopped being friends with the black South Africans. The white ones are more responsible than the black ones. I'm telling you the truth. When you work with them, you know the difference. They are more accommodating, they are more respectful. But those black ones, they have this ego and make you feel as if you are not part of them. So we have decided to say, if you want to act stupid, we'll play along. There's nobody that has monopoly. For if I don't know how to put. I don't want to use this word. That's I don't want to sound insulting, but I don't believe anything South African can do, a Nigerian can do it. So if they feel they know better than us, let them come on board. We are ready for them 24/7. we'll take them on. I deal with the white ones. Those black ones, no. I don't have. We don't.
Okay.
Our part don't cross.
So,
Our part
so
don't
in
cross.
your,
So,
in
to answer
your
your question,
opinion,
South Africans will not get better in the next 50 years, my brother. That's the truth.
Okay.
Because
Why?
this generation that are breeding now will be worse than their forefathers.
Worse how?
Because if you have a conversation with those matured ones, those ones who were there when they had that xenophobia, they understand what it is to have a united Africa. But when you talk to those ones who were born after, who don't really know the history of what really happened and how they struggled and how Nigeria and other African countries assisted them to stabilize the country, they are the ones that are attacking Nigerians.
Okay.
So those set of people.
Can I say something?
Hold on, sir. You made a point, and I didn't.
Let Diplomat land, and you can go.
So when you interact with those people, you realize that they don't really know what really happened before. So when they don't know what happened before, they don't really care. Some of them do, but they're just ignorant and they don't care. Because to them, they're enjoying the rivalry. They just like that story, that rumor. Oh, Nigerians are doing this, migrants are doing this. They just hold on to that and just keep flying with it. So in a nutshell, I don't think it's going to get better.
Okay.
I don't
because
think
of the new generation, they're more detached.
Yes, because this generation spread, this Gen Z that they have now, that are these internet keyboard warriors, they will not stop.
Okay.
Yeah, they will not stop. That's the truth, brother. They will not stop.
Okay. Have you landed, Diplomat? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so stay. Let Thomas respond in case you have something to say back then. We have to shut down.
Yeah,
Thomas,
I just want to speak to I don't think Diplomat understand the struggle of what South Africa is struggling. The struggles are. So, because I can hear almost everything he's saying is like South Africa doesn't like foreigners. But I just told him that I work with a guy by the name Ideola from Lagos. So I just don't understand. Like all I'm trying to say, the reason why I make those examples, I'm making those examples intentionally that the illegal immigration or uncontrolled migration is the one that South Africa is suffering from. So we don't have any problem with someone who comes legally in South Africa, contribute to the economy, work with us. But if you are now illegal, that's the issue that South Africans have, because most of the things that people are talking about are the ones that are committed by illegal immigrants. So that's the issue South Africa is trying to address. We are not saying all Nigerians must pick and go, all Zimbabweans or whatever. No. We're saying if you are illegal, no. Because there are a lot of issues. And then someone was making an example that we gave permits to Zimbabweans to work in South Africa when the economy collapsed. Because we don't hate anybody, but when the symptoms, the criminality started getting involved, started saying some words, lazy. South Africans are naturally like we are. I don't know what I can say. We do not. We are kind. We are good people, very good people. But at the same time, when we are tired, we are also tired. So
okay, no.
So we experienced a lot of problems in recent years. So South Africans are like, no. I think the illegal immigrants must go. The survival, South Africa survived sanctions for 50 years already. So we're on sanctions. We know how to produce. We know how to do a lot of things. So what is happening is there's this thing, but when the illegal immigrants leave, South Africa will not say, no. We have survived sanctions. We have been in a lot. There's a lot that I can say. We have survived. We'll survive. The illegal migrants are not contributing to our economy.
Got it. Okay, no.
Yeah,
I was just asking.
Yeah.
So Diplomat Thomas, you made your point, and the reason I kept both of you was because I wanted to hear from a South African person.
Yeah.
Of course, I spoke to Yoli. I spoke to Yoli. I spoke to Ike. Both the three of you are South Africans, just to get the feel of what's really happened. And Diplomat is Nigerian, because I know Nigeria and South Africa clearly there's a thing going on. And the reason I just listen is because I don't know much about South Africa. I don't.
Yeah.
And I try my best I don't know if Diplomat is, because he seems to know more about South Africa than I don't know much about Southern Africa too. I don't know.
Yeah,
And actually, this wasn't my original topic. Actually, my original topic was why are men not having desire from women, and then it was actually another lady, Estella, the son, who actually brought this. She's Zimbabwean, but the thing is this: she asked me why I don't speak about South Africa and Nigeria. I'm like, because I don't know much about it. And listen, I'm Nigerian. I know a lot about West Africa. I know a lot about Central Africa because we have a lot in common, And
Exactly.
I know a little bit about East Africa, a very little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Southern Africa. So from Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, I don't know. So that's why I tend to just, you know what I mean? That's why I just chill in it. That's why whenever somebody asks me Nigeria, South Africa, I just say, listen, there's no reason to fight because both of you are dealing with the same thing. End of story. And that's where it starts.
Yeah.
But this was
No,
an
it's a
interesting
good thing.
conversation, and I'm glad we had a chat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we create this platform, bro. Like these are platforms because remember, you know what I've seen too. I've observed in South Africa. Like I've been in different cities, came across different people. Like the guys that do not bother to learn or to understand, like South Africans. They know the struggle. Like there was apartheid. They did this for apartheid, but you can see by like there's just South African history is I can tell you from the 1400s. Like it's a lot. There's a lot. But I'm not gonna go there. I'm just saying like it's yeah. So it's important that we like I for example when I speak with Adiola, I always listen and understand. Like I think he's Yoruba or something. He will tell me stuff, and so even if we're driving, so I'm learning because I don't know. I'm not gonna come here and say I know Nigerian. I don't know. I must learn.
No, we must all learn. We must all learn.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like to do. I try not to jump to conclusions except when it's blatant, like what they do to black people in Middle East and Israel. Then I speak in general because I see all the time. But guys, I'm going to say this. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much. And another thing, Kings, that I want to encourage our African brothers. When something is doing something wrong, or a country is saying your people might be involved in this and that, you have to speak against it and say, you know what, guys, if you are like for example, if somebody leaves South Africa, we normally say we are an ambassador of our country. So if you go to South Korea as a South African, you carry this flag and you do something wrong, you like we push that. Go there and make people in South Korea wants to visit South Africa. When they see you, they're like, we want to visit South Africa. We want to visit. So this is what we like our brothers must come and do.
You see that lady there? That's the lady that started this fight. Okay, Thomas.
Let me just quickly so you can go. I think the South African people watching should. I wanted to have it, just go away with this. We Nigerians, we don't have issues with anybody. But if you want to have issues with us, be ready for us. We'll give you back to back. We are Woto master, so we are ready for anybody. If you bring it from the north, we'll meet you there. South will meet you. Anywhere you are coming from, all angles, be ready that be rest assured that we are ready for you. We are very okay with where we are as a country and as citizens. But because of who we are, we love traveling. It's typical Nigeria, they say they are jalas, they love to travel.
We travel a lot.
Our traveling brought us to South Africa. Not denying the fact that there are no illegal immigrants. But the issue is when you keep emphasizing that these illegal immigrants are Nigerians, is where I have issue. If you are generalizing or try to don't make it a Nigerian issue, I don't have issues with you. But when you try to make it a Nigerian issue, the rest assured that will come out for you. Nobody is defending anybody. We love our country. We love all Africans. We want to live together. But African unity is not it's not going to work for now. We understand. Because some persons are Yoli who don't really want to unite, even with a fellow Zimbabwean, which is just across the border. It's going to be
It's
tough for me as a
lagging
West
so
African.
bad.
So if somebody in South Africa is not even willing to accept the other person across the road in Zimbabwe, I don't know how we from the West how would they accept us. So we just need to love our country, stay where we are, and build our country. But if you come for us, my brother and sister in South Africa, we will come for you. You brought the boat war, you lost. So just try anything you want to try. We're ready for now. We're ready. We'll give you now to back anyhow you want, and we'll give you now. So don't play with us. We don't play with us as Africans. We are giant of Africa for a reason. You didn't make us. It's the world. So respect that. Thank you, Mr. King.
On my side, it's lagging really bad.
Then it's a you problem because it shows here that your network is bad. It's not me actually. Your network is showing red, so it's you, not me. So maybe drop and come back in.
Yeah.
That typically works.
But Mr. Kingsley, can you see the attitude that Diplomat has? It's like he wants to fight or something. I don't know. If South Africans wants to fight, you know what? Listen.
Thomas.
No, Diplomat,
listen.
listen.
Fight. A typical Nigerian, we are outspoken and we speak our mind.
So
That's one problem people have.
Don't threaten South Africans and say
Nigerians are not
want
timid.
to.
We are very bold and confident.
I understand, but don't threaten us, bro. Don't threaten.
No, we're not threatening you. We are telling you the facts. We don't threaten. It's a reality. You brought the boat to you lost. We don't threaten you. We are telling you what we will do. Not be threatening.
All good.
Because remember.
Okay. Thomas. Okay, Thomas, make your point. Respond to Diplomat, and then let's move on.
Yeah. No. Like I don't like the language. If you guys wanna bring whatever, I don't like the language. This is our country. Like, don't speak like that.
Okay, fine.
Don't
Fine.
speak like that.
Okay. Yoli, you requested make your final point, and then I go to Salvatore, and then we're done. Estella, it's a you problem there. Your network is bad. Go ahead, Yoli.
Just two things. Mr. Kingsley, you know, what incites a lot of negative response from South Africans is also hearing diplomats speaking in this manner. How can you fight people in their own land and in their own country when they want things for their own people? How can you have the audacity to even think that you will win against natives in their own country and be entitled to that amount that you will do whatever? If you bring it, we will bring it. Like, just leave if you don't want to be here. And then secondly, there's been a lot of talk that South Africans don't travel. South Africans travel quite a lot, actually. In the not two times, I travel to Mauritius quite frequently. And I was profiled twice. The first time, I was coming out of immigration in Mauritius, and then I passed to the bathroom. Then I opened my suitcase to freshen up, closed my suitcase before going to customs. At customs, they stopped me. Because I didn't go straight to customs, I went to the bathroom first. They asked me where am I from, and then I said I'm from Johannesburg. My flights are from Johannesburg. They asked me for my ticket. I gave them my ticket. Then they asked me, are you Nigerian? And then I said, no, I'm not Nigerian.
Damn.
Then they asked me for my passport. I gave them my passport. They said, South Africans don't go to the bathroom straight away. They just come to customs. They totally ripped my luggage, everything on the floor, looking, and I know we all know what they were looking for. Then on top of that, then they called my work. And they called the hotel that I was going to be in to confirm, number one, to confirm my work, that I'm really am South African and I have a job. I'm going to go back there. And secondly, where I'm going to be spending the week in Mauritius. But it was a work trip in any event. Fine. The second time I was passing through La Réunion. It's called Reunion in English. Very, very French. My flight was booked at the very last minute, so I couldn't get a direct flight. I had to go via Reunion to Mauritius. My connecting thingy was about 11 hours or something ridiculous like that. I had bought things at duty free. I had bought some alcohol at duty free. The way that they made that alcohol pass through, something that has never happened. I go to Mauritius quite frequently. Pass through, I had braids. They went through my braids. Then they took me to a little room and they told me that if I'm Nigerian, I can just confess. Like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Twice. I was so hurt. I was so hurt with that. I was so hurt because they know what Nigerians have done with our passports. Probably I was not South African. I'm Nigerian, and I'm there to pass powder through or whatever. And then we come to these lives and people are so defensive against criminality, as if every single person, because when you ask most of the Nigerians and other foreigners here in South Africa, when you ask them what they're doing, they tell you they're in import and export. That's the answer you will get. Import and export, that is the answer you will get. And they are hustlers. Hustling what? What are you hustling? You will never find a South African telling you that they are hustlers. So when we get into things and then we are insulted and being told that we don't travel, we don't do whatever, which is so untrue. I've traveled many countries around the world, and a lot of South Africans too. We know, but what Nigeria fails to do is introspect. That why are they being chased out in a lot of countries? Why? In the last 5 years, why is it that? What are they doing with their passports and what are they doing in other countries? And now it's so known that they steal identities in South Africa. So now we have become victims as well.
Okay.
So these are some of the things that we need to talk about. These are things that they must not be defending because it's a fact, it's there, it's happening. Zimbabweans too, they must not. When Zimbabweans, they're in the UK and they are being asked where they're from, they don't say Zimbabwe, they say South Africa. Like, it's irritating. But thank you so much.
All right, fantastic. So, Salvatore, go ahead. Diplomat.
I forgot my line of thought.
1 minute, then I go Salvatore, then we end.
No, I just want to add something to
Let Diplomat go. Diplomat here first. Diplomat go, then I come to you, Salvatore, right after Diplomat.
Yeah,
1 minute,
thank you very
Diplomat.
much.
I'm timing.
First of all, I wanted to clarify something. I never said in South Africa. I said if you bring it online, or you come for us online, we'll come for you. I never said you should do anything illegal in your country. It is your country. You have the first line of you can do what you want to do. We cannot be more indigenous than the owners of the land. But when you bring it online, the rest assured that those of us online will give you back the way you brought it to us. So we'll give you what you've given to us. That's what I was saying. And secondly, she just made a very outlandish description of what she experienced. And they said that you're in Nigeria and in Mauritius. You know, sometimes when we just cook up stories to suit our ego or to make it look fancy.
Do you want me to show you my passport right now?
Can you just let me finish? Because I was in that same Mauritius in August for work, and we went through the airport as well. Nobody asked if I was a Nigerian. So let's just, because we just to hang a dog, you give it a name. So because you have issues with Nigeria, we know you have issues with Nigeria. You don't like Nigeria. You don't like Nigeria as a country and Nigerians. So you can always paint up a story, make up a story, just make up a story, cook it to suit your ego, to make you feel happy.
My passport. Must
I show you my passport right now? Because you
must I show you my passport?
You have a very deep hatred for Nigeria. Please let me finish. So even if you bring up,
don't say that then. Don't say that.
No.
Don't say I'm cooking up stories.
You cooked up because you are a liar. You are a liar. I don't believe you. So that story was a lie.
Okay.
So I wanted to just clarify that she just lied.
Okay, good. So Salvatore, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yeah,
After
but
Salvatore, we end.
I just want to add something to what Shirley said. You are saying that your passport has been tarnished and so on and so forth. Yes, like myself, I live in the UK, but the South African passport was the only passport that was visa free in Ireland, like next to the UK. So the visa free, so you can come as a South African for 90 days with no need of a visa. You can just pack your bag and just book your flight. Now it's it's required a visa because since end of July, no, not end of July, early August. That's when so like 2 months ago, that's when they started asking for South Africans to make a visa application before going to Ireland. And why? Because Zimbabweans and other nationalities were seeking asylum, like they were getting a South African passport. And once they are in Ireland, they'll seek asylum and throw that passport away. So the issue was who was giving these people the South African passport? It was South Africans working in the Home Affairs. So you need to blame your own brothers, because they were getting those passports from South Africans working in the Home Affairs, and they'll get them into the flights and everything.
It's true. And others were done illegally, not through Home Affairs. I agree with you. And then others were done not through. We need to be very, very honest with ourselves here. Some were done through Home Affairs, through corrupt officials, and others were done in Hillbrow, in some apartment, not through Home Affairs.
Let me tell you this.
Let's be honest with each other.
Salvatore, please land your plane, brother. Look at my eyes, guys. Have mercy on me, man. Shit.
The thing is, you know what? This European country, they are so advanced in a way that those that are done illegally, they are fake passports. So this fake passport can easily be identified. So the ones that were coming to Europe were not done on those, like the fake ones. So those were the ones given in the Home Affairs. So it's like a person who just claim that they lost their identity, but they'll sell their passport to another person.
Have you seen how stolen identities work? Have you seen how stolen identities work, Salvatore?
But listen. I spoke to a person that used that system, and they told me how it works. They know people in the Home Affairs. Like, let's say, I don't even know how the system works, but you're a foreigner and you know. I know. I'm telling you a story. I never lived in South Africa. I'm just telling you a story. I never lived.
But you are disagreeing with people who stay.
I'm telling you because I saw people doing that.
Salvatore, land your plane. We don't have time for story. Just 1 minute and.
Yeah. So my point is, my main point is like your own people are doing that. So blame your own people doing that.
So it's the South Africans that are giving the passport to be used for
they're giving the passport to other people to do that. Like, so that's what it is.
Okay.
So, you can't blame other people for your own issues, because if they were not being given those passports.
That is the problem, accountability. You guys do not have accountability. You guys do wrong things and then you blame other people for it. You have not even said one thing. This is what we do in South Africa and this is our fault. Everything, it's the people in South Africa, the corrupt officials. You have not been even accountable even once.
Anyways, Mr. Kingsley, I also want to tell you.
You are not in charge of your
Diplomat.
No, because if she's saying, Mr. Kingsley, just 30 seconds. If she's attacking someone for making the point, is she saying that they don't have a grip of their country, that foreigners can come and tell them what to do in their country? How logical is that? Because if you are telling me that you are the owner of your country,
did say that they are corrupt officials. I agreed.
We are in charge of our country, but you are on the other hand, you are saying people are telling you what happened in the country.
I agreed with you that they are corrupt officials. Didn't I say that there are certain corrupt officials? But you guys cannot take accountability. You will always hide behind criminality. You will always hide behind people doing wrong things. Because the people the person who buys and the person who sells, they are both criminals. But you guys will only blame the one person and not the other. They are both criminals. The buyer and the seller, they are both criminals. So can we stop blaming
the buyers if there are no sellers?
There won't be a buyer if there's no seller. there won't be a
South
bias
Africa
within.
used to be what South Africa is number 3, the strongest passport in Africa. After Seychelles, Mauritius, then it's South Africa. And
So
everybody's coming to South
where can
Africa
where can
and
it take you
getting
to?
what? Oh, a lot. Oh,
Where can
sorry,
it take
darling.
you?
We're number 3. Where does yours take you
Yes,
to? Where does yours
yes.
take you to in
Don't
Nigeria?
you
Where does yours?
do you need
Wait,
a
wait,
don't
no,
you
no,
need
no,
a
no,
visa
no.
to
I
to
just
go
told
to
you.
Europe?
I just told you facts. Where does
Don't
yours in
no. The
Nigeria take
question
you
is
to?
be strong, be strong. Don't you need a visa to go to Europe?
Ooh. Oh
Ireland
yeah.
was
So that's
And
Ireland
before
was Yoli. Listen,
Ireland wasn't. Even the UK about till about 10 years ago we didn't need
yes,
a
yes. But do you need a
visa
visa now? Do you need a visa now?
because you guys are a problem. You're a problem. You're a problem to the rest
See,
of
do
the
you know
world,
what?
and you
They
guys
expect
need to
us to
be
come to those countries
accountable.
to work for
You're
them
a
as
problem.
professionals. But you people go there
West
to do your
Africans
nonsense
are a
job and you
problem.
complain.
And Zimbabweans, we wish that we can take Zimbabweans and make it a neighbor to you guys. Problems.
You see, that's the issue. Even Zimbabweans across the road, you hate them. Why do you want to love
Yeah,
Nigerians?
problem.
We don't give a F about you people
Botswana is
anyway.
also across the road. They are not problems.
Because we
Namibia
don't give a
is
fuck.
also across the road. They are not problems.
We
Zambians, they're
don't
also across the road. They are not problems. But Zimbabweans,
because they are not standing up
Malawans,
to
they
you
are a
people.
problem.
It's the reason
You
because they
guys
don't
just
stand
do
up to
not
you
want to
people.
say.
Because they
You
don't
do
stand up
not
to
want to say.
Zimbabwe stands up to you people. That's why you don't like them.
What? They
Anybody
stand up
that
to
stands
who?
up to that
In
small
whose
country.
country?
See,
In
South
whose
Africa
country?
is South Africa
They
is like
stand
one
up to
state in
who in whose
Nigeria.
country? They need to
They
go
stand
back
up to you
and
people. They
fight
tell you the
Mugwangwa.
truth.
They need
They
to
tell you the
go
truth.
and fight Mugwangwa in his country, not
They
in
tell you
our
the
country.
truth.
Why? Why
You
must
don't
they
just you
fight
don't
us?
like Nigeria
We
because you
fought
have
this
issues with the
country.
country.
We
We
fought for
don't
this
care
country.
about South Africa. We
We will
don't
not
care.
be dictated to, and we will not be manipulated.
We don't
We
care.
won't be
but Yoli, listen to
manipulated.
this. Yoli, can I speak, please? I don't wanna
She's
fight
just ranting. She's just
for the
ranting.
speech.
That's what it. She's just ranting.
Yoli,
Later she blame Nigeria for our woes.
No, we
She's
will not be
ranting. My brother, go
manipulated.
ahead.
Manipulation is over. It is over. It is no time for
but
being manipulated
the
now.
white people are still
You
working
see
on
now,
you.
you
The
are
white people,
telling me about white people. You're
they're
telling me
still
about
working
white
on
people.
you.
This is not about
Till
white
this day.
people. You
No,
see
but
now
I'm
you
just
are
telling you
drifting away from the problem.
because you have courage.
That's what you guys do. You
You know one
deflect
thing.
from the
Listen.
problem.
Let's not fight for words. Like let's just one person speak. Do you know what? A South African can stone another black African to death, but you can't even slap a dead body of a white person. But you can slap another black African until it dies like a snake. But a dead body
Who
of a
said?
white person, you can't even slap it.
Who said?
You know,
Who said?
go and
In South Africa, we have laws.
go
We
and
have laws that
destroy
we follow the
Orania then.
constitution.
Go and destroy Orania. Go and destroy Orania.
Oranje is a private
Okay.
owned land.
Okay.
Oranje is
Okay,
a
guys,
private
guys,
owned
guys, guys.
land.
Kingsley,
Okay, guys,
I don't
guys,
know. I
guys.
don't know. Is
Okay,
English a
guys.
problem to this or what's going on here?
Guys. Okay, we've come to the end of the live. Salvatore, Yoli, Diplomat, Thomas. Thanks
Thanks,
guys for
Kingsley.
sharing your
Thanks.
opinions.
Thank you.
Okay, I really
Kingsley,
appreciate
I
it.
want to say something to you.
Thank
To
you.
me, okay.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for the video you made about these Middle Eastern countries. You know, most people were on the comment didn't even get your point, but like what you were saying with facts. You know, you were saying
Oh, yeah.
facts, but you have people that don't even know the reality and still argue. Like that's the most stupid thing I
You,
haven't.
you, you,
I
you
haven't
ignore
seen.
such people. You ignore them.
Yeah, like you were saying exactly facts. You know, like people are crying for Lebanon. Like Lebanon hates black people the same way. Like
Never.
but like people are crying
Yeah.
Lebanon, Palestine. Like this is
I will
just
never cry
nonsense.
for them. Never. I have my focus goes to Congo. I am indifferent. Because
Yeah,
a
man.
lot of
Keep
yeah,
keep
go
that
on,
up.
Salvatore.
Keep doing that. Keep doing that. That's a good one. That's a good job. Like
No, it's
Yeah, Mr.
important.
Kingsley,
It's
I think we should be
important.
focusing more on countries that need our help and who can talk sensibly
No, that's what I'm
and
saying.
have
Black
a decent
Africa. So
conversation.
Congo.
yeah,
Yeah,
those that
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like
South
us.
Africa is not part of. South Africa shouldn't be one of. There's not part of. There's not one of them. They don't. They are not open to.
And you know what I'm going to say about South Africa. This is my opinion, and this might sound. And I've said it. I don't know if you were here, Diplomat, as a Nigerian guy. Yeah, Salvatore is Zimbabwean, right? So this is my
Yes.
take, Diplomat, Nigerian to Nigerian. I personally believe that again, because people always ask me, why don't I talk about South Africa? Why don't I talk about? I'm like, because to me, I personally believe. First off, I don't know a lot about South Africa, and I think that we have to listen to what the citizens of a country are saying. This is my opinion, though. The citizens of South Africa are telling us to back off. they're not necessarily telling us to fuck off. They tell us to just back off. Me, I would back off. That's me. Because if the citizens are telling you guys, hey guys, back off a little bit, we want to do something here and there, we want to check, I would listen, because there's a lot of African countries that want to talk, that are eager to talk. We focus there. Congo is open to us. Nigeria is open to that. Ghana is open to that. Kenya is open to, there's a lot. And most of these countries, the reason I'm even happy is because a lot of these countries, I can relate to them more. If I'm being honest with you, I can't really relate to the average South African. Not because I hate them or they hate me, because it's just, you know, there's a lot of learning I need to do to really connect with the Yolis and the Thomas. That's just me, and maybe this might sound like I'm South African, but I think this is just, to me, it's like, it makes more sense. Like, to the Congolese, I get it. To the Cameroonian, I get it. To the West African, I get it. To a little bit of the Central Africa, I get it. So I think us as Black Africans, we need to listen. That's me. You know, based on the feedback, the average Black South African wants us to back up. Bro, I would back up happily and wish them well from a distance. When you're ready to discuss, I would discuss.
You're correct.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. I don't know why people, Nigerians, keep going there. Personally, I was there and I saw what happened when I left. I took out my passport and I bought a ticket and I left. I came back, I did my report, and I told my boss, I'm never going to, it's never happening. You understand? It's just, they have issues, and I don't, same feeling you have. I am very indifferent. I don't know what people do. I don't know.
Exactly, and it's not that they have issues. It's not that. It's just that, to me, it's not that they have issues. It's just they want to face their own issues. They want it, and I'm a good listener. I listen to it and I move on, because outside South Africa,
like someone said in the comment section, I think Nigerians are going because of Big Nyash. She might be right. Yeah, because I don't know why, but Zimbabweans have better Nyash than them, if you to be sincere. So I don't know why you go to South Africa if you are looking for Nyash. There are big Nyash in Zimbabwe as well. So there are Botswana as well have better Nyash too. So it's not issue of Nyash. Nigerians have Nyash too. So it's not issue of Nyash.
So to me, I just think a lot more Black Africans need to focus where their focus is needed. Let's be real. As a Nigeria has a fuck ton of problem, bro. Like, dealing with, if I'm going to focus my channel on Nigeria's issues alone, I will not have enough for the whole world.
Problem, bro. Like,
I continue,
if I'm going to focus my channel on Nigeria's issues alone.
You understand? So that's, I don't know what the South Africans think, the Yolis and the Thomas, but to me, that's the way I think it. And I think we think the same, Diplomat. Like, focus your energy where your energy is needed. South Africa does not need our energy.
Yeah, that's true.
The South Africans want to focus on themselves. Let them. Respect them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. What do the South Africans think? And then I go to Salvatore, because I'm really curious. Like, I think it's got to the point where a lot of Africans actually, you're disturbing them now, really.
Yeah, Kingsley,
You are so right. You are so right, Mr. Kingsley. You are really, really so right. And if more people can listen to you, that is our sentiments. That is what we
think so.
That is what we want. We are being disturbed. We've got our own problems to deal with, and they don't want to listen. When we talk, they think we are being xenophobic. No, give us space. What we are asking for is space.
Yeah.
Can you give us space to be with ourselves, deal with our problems, and then maybe after 20 years or so, maybe you can come back.
Yeah, give them space, and I agree. Give them space, bro. Because it's not as if there's a lot of problems, even in West Africa alone.
We should give them space. That's fair. But what about those South Africans in Nigeria? Are we going to tell them to give us space? We don't go back to that country. No. They ran away from South Africa and came to Nigeria. They are doing well, living life, following getting married to Nigerians. So I'm going to tell them to leave us, to give us space and come back maybe 20 years time.
Because Nigeria,
deal with them how you want to. Deal with them how you want to. Nigerians, South Africans in Nigeria, deal with them how you want to.
I think they are more sensible. They are more sensible and respectful than those
diplomats. No. Let's not go there. The South Africans in Nigeria, like we treat. See, how do we?
We respect them and they respect us.
Yes, so that's it.
But do South Africans respect Nigerians in South Africa? No.
That's their problem. But let me explain. See that.
So
See that.
you see how mature they
Diplomat.
are. That's why we're the giants of Africa. We are more mature than they are. We accept
You see-
everybody. We respect
You see,
everybody.
Diplomat. Let me make a point. See, Nigeria. The thing with Nigeria is this: Nigeria is the United States of Africa in a way. Because let me explain. West Africa is for sure. West Africa is for sure. You have every tribe there. You have every country there. But the thing is this: Nigeria has experienced something that South Africa has not experienced.
The Civil War.
Not even civil war. South Africa is still fresh, bro.
Yeah.
South Africa is fresh. South Africa is fresh. Black South Africa is fresh. 1994. That's not a long time. They're still trying to. They are still dealing with the people that are in charge. That's why it's just back off. Let them be. Why? The South Africans in Nigeria, let them try. Like we always do. Support. Even they're doing well. Like I saw a South African guy post a video. He owns restaurant. I'm sure you've seen the Diplomat. He owns restaurant, owns petrol station. See Nigerians in the comment section hyping him up. So as long as they know, and Nigeria too, I think Nigeria just has a different mindset in general. Like we don't come and eat. There's enough for everyone, and I think we figured out a little bit who we are as a country, to some extent. So we don't really. I don't think we need to reciprocate. No, we don't need to. I don't know what you think, Diplomat, but that's what I think.
No. See, in this situation, I'm not a supporter of reciprocity, giving back what they give to you. But in this
especially
situation,
especially to black Africans, especially to
but
other people
to
here.
Africans, I think we need to give them back what they're giving to us. It's fair, because I think that's the only way we can put some senses into them. Because if we don't give them back what they're giving to us, they won't learn. Besides the black one, I'm very keen. I'm very
okay.
The black ones, I think we need to start giving to them back what they're giving to us.
Sorry, Kingsley.
Yeah,
Kingsley. Sorry,
Yeah.
man. I just wanna ask this Diplomat to explain a bit or to elaborate more
Mention my name again?
on giving it back. What does it mean?
No. I'm simply saying if you bring us violence online, we'll give you violence back. Yeah, so if
Diplomat,
something? If
we spoke
South
about
Africa
this, like
want to
don't
kick us out of South Africa, we should do the same to them. Sorry, I agree with you. No, we should not. We should treat people equally, even extra. Whatever they give us, we should give them times 10.
I agree with you, Dapo. We cannot dictate to you how you treat South Africans in Nigeria. We cannot dictate to you. You are the ones who need to dictate how you are going to treat them.
No, you are not dictating to us. We are being matured and treating them with respect.
I'm saying we won't tell you what to do. We won't tell you what to do. Do what you want. Do what you want.
You cannot tell us what to do.
We're not. We're not.
So don't even try. Don't even go there. Don't suggest. Don't. We don't need your opinion. We don't need your opinion.
I'm saying, we, as I said even previously, we will do what we want in South Africa. So for the South Africans in Nigeria, they must do what they feel that they need to do with them there.
And that's what we're doing.
We won't prescribe what you need to do. We won't do that.
We are doing it being mature and respectful.
Retaliate.
That's what makes us better than you people. We are being mature and respectful. We don't retaliate.
Okay.
Same energy.
Okay. Dapo, welcome. Make your point here, and we're done. No, hey, Dapo, what are we doing here now? Dapo, I know you. What are we doing? Dapo. Dapo, we're all Africans, though, at the end of the day. I know not everybody's going to see it, but we're all Africans. I'm speaking as a Pan-Africanist myself. Listen, let me give you guys my closing statement. South Africa is still an African country. They are a very young country.
No.
The diplomat now, calm down. South Africans are still Africans. South Africa is still an African country. They are just dealing with their own shit. It's a young country. See, Dapo and Diplomat, we are Nigerians. We've gone through, we are still going through it, but we had since 1960 to chill a little bit. We've had 1960 to 2024. How many years is that? We've had time to sit down, chill. We've had the Ghana episode. We've had, Benin. We have had time. South Africa is still, what, 20, 30 years old? Ish. Give them time. Let us focus on West Africa, Central Africa. So the Nigerians that are there, wish them well. They choose to go there. Let us focus on where our attention is. Congo is burning. Congo needs all our help. Let us focus there. And that's what I think, That's what I think. Because life is too short. I'm 29. I don't have all day. I want to focus my time on where it's needed. Nigeria needs my attention. West Africa needs my attention. Burkina Faso needs my attention. Congo needs my attention. There's a lot more. There's a lot. Let's leave South Africa alone. That's my opinion.
You're right.
That's my opinion.
If I see South Africa for Nigeria, I'll go pack them. That's what I go do.
I think we've given them enough.
We don't preach it. We don't preach it. I will never tolerate hate towards any African country, any black African country, especially South Africa. Leave them alone.
We are both Pan-Africanists. We love a united Africa, but South Africa is part of Europe, so we shouldn't be encouraging them to be part of Africa. They don't want to be part of us. We should go. You understand?
Yeah, no, I think Kingsley,
I don't deal with.
Yeah, Kingsley, I'm gonna leave now. Sorry, just a moment.
I better deal with the white ones. They are more sensible. They are respectful. They are nice.
I'm gonna leave now.
But those black ones, they are from Europe. I don't know where they are from. They should go.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah.
Why are you crying like this, Diplomat? Why are you crying like this, Mara?
Crying? I'm not crying. I'm stating facts.
You are even crying.
I just want to leave, guys. Just in a second. Kingsley.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Brother, no man. Thanks for the platform again. I will be leaving. So I'm not gonna comment on the guys who want to do whatever they want to do with South Africans. It's okay. South Africa, I know. I'm not gonna say much. But those who wanna do whatever they wanna do, they must continue. Okay. Kingsley, thanks, bro. Bye bye.
No worries, man. Thomas. Guys,
Sure.
Diplomat. 60 seconds. Say your final. We'll do another 60 seconds. And I gotta eat.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for the time. You've done a lot. You're doing very well, my brother. I appreciate you. And
One love.
Lastly, I just want South Africans to know that if they don't want to be part of Africa, we are okay with them. The black ones, those are the people who have issues with. The white ones, they are much better than the black ones. I don't deal with South Africans.
This man.
I don't deal with them, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They have issues with us. If you have issues with Nigeria, I will have issues with you. So South Africans that have issues with Nigeria, I have issues with you. So if you treat me with disdain, I will give you times 2. So we want to be united, but those that don't want to be united with us, let them stay on their lane and we'll be on our lane. Nigerians were matured. We are the giant of Africa. Whether you like it or not, it's you can argue with yourself. We don't really give a fuck. We don't care.
Okay, Diplomat.
We are on top there. It's not you didn't make us. You didn't make us the giant of Africa. The world did. So you need to respect us. So if you don't like Nigerians, fuck it. Nobody really cares. Thank you very much.
You can drop. Thank you. You can drop, Diplomat. Thank you. Yoli, your last final parting statements, madam.
Well, what? You know what? We've said our piece. We actually do not. 90% of South Africans do not want to unite with Africa. We've got our own problems to deal with. We do not want to be manipulated.
Not yet.
Yeah, maybe not even in our lifetime. I'm not even sure. But we are not there. We are not there to be uniting with any country. We cannot be manipulated into uniting when we do not want to. We want to focus in our own country. And if people do not like how they are being treated in South Africa, the borders are open. Please, the borders are open. We need this time to focus on South Africa. And we would like people to give us some space to deal with it.
I agree. Thank you. I actually agree. I think so too, man. I don't think it's bad. Because I think as a Nigerian, maybe it's because maybe because I have a platform and I deal with black African issues. Bro, if you're in my shoes right now and you deal with black African issues, you will see so many problems. So many problems. You'll be like, South Africa, bro. Okay, South Africa is busy. Let me focus on... See, if you close your eye as a black African, close your eye like this, pick any random black African country, you'll find 1,000 problems for you to focus on. I don't have time. Yoli, thank you so much, dear. You can drop. Dapo, your last statement.
Gross, F all South Africans. Me, I want to show them shade
You,
same shade that they. It's the same. They don't even really show me. I'm not really to send South Africans like that. But yeah, we need to do that regionalism thing so that pride of whatever that sport that they like, which is rugby, we need to show them that if Nigerians enter that rugby thing, we shouldn't say they are nothing. But yeah, but I agree with you. I don't hate them the same way or dislike them the same way. I don't like Oyibo people or other races. They are still African, but these guys, we have to show them shit. This is different. Like the banter between Ghanaians and say, whatever Kenyans is different. These people, they hate us. And to me, we got to show these people.
Dapo,
Anyway,
let me ask you a question. Dapo, let me ask you a question. Quick question. Let me play devil's advocate for you. Don't you think their hate is justified to an extent? I want to play devil's advocate. Let me put you on the spot now. Don't you think their hate is justified based on the reasons they give? What do you think?
Like, but I'm guessing like drugs. Is that what they were saying?
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, of course that's bad.
I'm playing the role of a South African now, and I'm telling you, listen, bro, we are sick of the drug shit. How would you respond?
But I agree. Yeah, that's messed up. I agree with you. I don't think even then itself. Okay, out of the Nigerian tribe, out of all the Nigerian tribes, there's one tribe I know too bad, right? Fulanis. But even then itself, because Dangote is, I think, is half Fulani, and he has that thing. I'd rather that guy, and this is being honest. My love for black people is more than my dislike for Fulanis. Like, I want to see. To me, if say I'd rather do business, but no, yeah. So these guys, they vex me. We gotta show them. But when are we gonna talk about this regionalism thing?
You know what? We could tomorrow. You know what I'll do? Because I have to talk about, we have a human trafficking live on Saturday. I could promote it also maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Okay.
Tomorrow evening?
Yeah. No qualms.
Okay. I'll do the promotion, no problem. But that match up, I beg. Match up. I don't tire.
If you talk to me on Instagram, on Instagram, if you
no one now. You know what?
Okay, now, bros, take care.
I know if you promise so because, bro, I get 3 YouTube channels where they run.
VIP man.
TikTok. I beg. Or just call me directly. Just call me direct.
But you didn't text me your number though. Your phone number. I don't think.
For Instagram, just call me on IG. Call me on IG.
Oh, okay. No qualms.
Just call me on IG. Yeah.
All right. Take care.
If you send me a message, it go tough. Just call me.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
Okay, no wala. So, ladies and gentlemen, no wala, bro. See you now. Guys, have fun. Leave South Africa alone. Let South Africa breathe, guys. We have to focus on other countries, focus on other places that want to engage. Okay, that's just all it is. To me, as long as you are under the sub-Saharan belt, you are still an African country. I'm gonna love you. You get me? I love you. I love every single African country. Now, a country, the people that say they are not African, like the Somali and Ethiopia, I still love you. But if you don't love me back, that's a problem. I don't think South Africans hate us. I don't think so. I refuse to believe that. I don't think South Africans hate us. I think South Africans are just sick of being told what to do in their land. You understand? So that's it. I don't think South Africans hate us. I don't think so. Maybe I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. I have family in South Africa. It's a good experience for them. I have good friends from South Africa. I mean, I don't know. That's why I said initially when I came on, I said maybe it's just online because my engagement with South Africans has been really positive in person, you know. But of course, who wants people that do chaos in their countries? I don't think so. I think even Nigerians, right? Let's be honest. Even Nigerians, we complain about the Fulani headsmen. You understand? We complain about Fulani headsmen. For those of you who do not know, the Fulani headsmen are just people that just go illegally and graze on farmlands across Nigeria. We don't like that. We complain about it. We tell them to leave. You understand? So that's another perspective as a Nigerian. We also to complain.
You understand? And if you're a Nigerian, am I lying? No. It's a big thing. We complain about the Fulani headsmen who take their cows and eat on people's farmland illegally. That's not right. And we complain. So if the average South African is scared, hey, bro, you are living in my township, you are living in my corner, and you are destroying. You're supposed to be on my side. I see where they're coming from. See, one thing about me, I'm never going to be extreme. I see where they're. No. Actually, Estella, we do not unalive the headsmen. The headsmen actually unalive us. They unalive the people that they are attacking. But that's my take. I think overall we need to leave South Africa alone. Let them figure it out because they want to figure it out. Let them figure it out. Fuck it. There's a lot more things we need to focus. I mean, maybe this is just me speaking as a Black African content creator who is focused on Black African issues. See, Nigeria, we have poverty, corruption, terrorism, crime, unemployment, fuel subsidy issues, neighboring problems, Western, it goes on in electricity infrastructure. Where do you start? So you have to understand me. And we all got issues. Let's focus, guys. But I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna end. If you're a Black African, think of Congo. If you guys go to my page right now, I pinned the video. There's a gentleman. His name is MZ Ekatoto. He's based in Congo, in Goma, in the camps. Okay. He is supporting the camps, the children, the women, the men that are displaced by the war in Congo. They need food. They need money. The kids need food. The people need to eat. They need toys. If you have toys, if you have kids that are grown, donate to them. Reach out to him. I tagged his name. This is where, to the diplomats, to the dappers, this is where we need to focus our attention. They need it. Please. Let's do that. This is why we can help. This is where we come in. $5, $2, $3, $10, it doesn't matter. Go. Guys, I just said it. Go to the video, pinned video in my content stuff. You will see it there. Or message me directly. I'll share the post with you, okay? Kingsley, don't you care about those? Well, of course I care. You know what, Estella, God damn it, let's talk. Quickly, let me talk to Estella quickly.
Thank you for bringing up again.
Of course I care about the unalive. What, do you think I don't care?
Yeah, so why can't we do something about it?
Of course I care.
Why should
what do you want me to
South Africans get away with unaliving people?
MC, I was just talking about you.
Even if they've been through a lot, there's no excuse for it. It has to stop.
Yeah. Okay. MZ, can you join? MZ is the gentleman I was speaking about. Estella, please, I'll have to. MZ, I was literally just speaking about you like some seconds ago. Welcome.
So, don't you think we need to do something?
Yeah, Estella, wait. We're talking about Congo right now. Congo is quite priority. MZ, welcome, bro.
Oh yeah. Yes, thanks. Thank you very much, my brother. I was just passing by and I see you live. Can you hear me well?
Everything is good. So MZ, I don't want to take too much of your time. Could you just tell the people what you are doing in Goma quickly? Guys, this is the man I was talking about.
I am here in Goma. Goma is one of the towns in the eastern part of Congo, and I'm a filmmaker, documentary filmmaker. I'm Congolese and British, so I'm just here to tell the story of the people who are in displacement camp. We've got about 9 million displaced people in the east of the country. We've got 54 camps. And we've got now about 6 million people who have been unalived since the war started 30 years ago. So basically, I decided to come in Goma to be here to show you guys the real stories of real people who are living in the displacement camps.
Yep.
The things that the BBC, Channel
Never show
4,
you.
the things that CNN will never ever show you, I try to do it. I don't have friends anymore because both sides are not happy for me to expose them. So I
Oh
will,
yeah.
when I have to call for the government to take their responsibilities, I will do it. And when I have to call upon the rebels, or the effect of their contribution to whatever is happening, I will do it. So basically, I'm here just to tell stories of our own people. And also, through telling the stories, we do some humanitarian work where we feed daily 300 children, we support women, we support men, we pay for hospital bills, we pay for clinic, every single
Yeah.
um, challenge that they will face in the camp. I have um, to share this with you. Those displacement camps are stressful, are traumatizing, and
Guys,
you've
please
got a
gift.
good
Guys,
number of
in the meantime, please gift Elvis. Let's send some gifts his way. He has to give
of
breakfast to the children. They need toys. He doesn't.
yes.
Please support. Thank you. Go on,
Yeah,
bro.
so yeah, so I was saying because you and I at this panel we are men. I wanted to show you the level of stress and trauma that men are going through in the camps. Normally,
Yeah.
when people talk about displaced people, refugee people, they always see women and children. No one cares about men. And you've gone out in the camps, men who are looking after families. By the time the man is put aside, the rest of the family doesn't get any support. So those are the things that we are facing every single day. And you got men who have to play the female role. They become mother, they become father. So they are struggling a lot. So what we are trying to do is to set up something that will be a brotherhood support where you bring few guys from the town who spend the day playing card or talk, things like that. So we do part of the team. What we do is we create those stories, we share them on socials, and you guys, you can see them. We are preparing for a 6 episode documentary. We're still looking for a streaming platform, but I'm sure by the end of the production, we'll get someone definitely to give us the chance to share the story of Congolese people who are struggling in those
Yes.
displacement camps.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is what
Yes.
we do, and I'm grateful that we have you and other African friends, other Black people who are supporting, who are there to talk about the struggle of Congolese people. As we all know, if Congo is in peace, the whole of Africa will be in peace. If Congo
Absolutely.
prosper today, the rest of the Africa will prosper. So it is for our general interest to make sure peace come back so that we can all enjoy motherland because Congo is not just for Congolese, Congo is for Africans.
Absolutely. I agree. So, guys, this is the
Yes.
gentleman I was speaking about because I was just telling them to go check my video out that I pinned of you. Instead of you guys focusing on
Yes.
Palestine, focusing on all these people that would never give a shit about you, you should focus on Congo. Especially as a Black African, your attention should be 1000% on Congo. We need to help. We need to support. Okay, so please, if you have toys, if your kids have toys that are grown, connect with him. You don't just go follow him. You will see documentaries. You will see videos that you would never see on BBC. Videos of Congo, of the men, the women, the children that you would never see on Sky News. You would never see it anywhere else, but you can definitely find it on his page. Ekatoto, I hope you have a YouTube channel just in case TikTok decides to go bonkers.
Yes, I've got a YouTube channel. If you
Okay.
search just my name on YouTube, it will take you there. But I've got a YouTube channel where I keep most of the copies of what we share, and
Very good.
the majority of interviews are in full version on YouTube. We just post a 1, 2, 3 minute on socials, but you can get the full stories. We call them daily stories, so that is the day-to-day lives in the camp,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we just put there so that people can see. We still have people who want to see change, and that is a good thing. But also another thing that we have to know at this point, those 9 million displaced people don't get support from anyone, starting from the Congolese government, to the international community. Today, I was speaking to a lady that we went to give a maternity pack. Is a lady that just done the interview 2 days ago, and she's due very soon. When there, we give the pack. While we were talking, I asked, "How long have you been here?" She said, 8 months. Because she told me she has gone 2 days without eating. Then I asked, "When is the last time did you get support or aid?" She said, "When we arrived, that was the only time we were given by one of these big organizations just the tent, nothing else. For 8 months, you got a woman who has 3 children, pregnant, waiting to give birth, and now she has been there for 8 months without any support. How do you eat? The kid go to eat at the neighbor. I have to go and beg. Those kind of things that happen every single day. So there is no support from anyone. So the platform like this help us to spread the message, to show you the reality on the ground, but also it's gonna unite us against our government,
Guys,
because this is
please,
not
please
just a Congolese.
send the gift. Guys, send the gifts to MZ, not me. You're sending it to me. Thank you for the gift, Anna. But please send it to MZ.
Oh,
It's
thank
okay.
you very much, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we have to unite seriously against our government, because most of our government in Africa, either they support the atrocity as they are supporting wherever is happening on the continent. So it is our responsibility to unite and then fight the oppressors. But on the other side, it is more of a, how can we see the human side of the experience? How can we help others? How can we be compassionate, if I can use that word? How can we be supportive to the people who are in need today? We've got a lot of children who are dying every single day because of malnutrition, because of lack of medication, lack of the basic needs are not there. For the very first time, I was in the camp when it was raining, and the majority of people, instead of going in, they were going out. Out, why? Because inside is raining, because the majority of the tent are now damaged. So what they do is they try to see a small corner in the house where they can keep their belongings inside the tent. The tent could be 1 meter square or 2, but half of it will be wet, so they have to take their belonging. Few stuff that they have, they put on one side. It could be clothes, so they went to get the clothes from outside to put them in, or the food provision, what they have, and then they will go out under the rain. And I sat there and asked, what is going on here? Ask a lady, she said, I prefer to put my food somewhere safe. If I'm under the rain, it's fine. I won't die. So those are the conditions people are living in, and you can tell it has been there for so long now. My brother, myself, I left the region for the same reason. I fled the war. The same reason today I see young people. There is a picture that I just downloaded from the gallery from today. It was raining, and I was shooting under the rain, and then this child just come to me, probably 11, with a cupboard to protect me with the camera. I sat there. Said, this is touching. A moment, I will share the picture with you. A moment that touched my heart, and I said, this young boy, where is he coming from? Why is he thinking about helping me to the point where, and at the end, he just said to me, my dream is to become a photographer one day. I sat there and said, what can I do for this young boy? So all this night I was thinking, should I buy a toy camera? Should I buy something that is very, very cheap that I can use? If it gets stolen, we won't lose too much money. But I think those are the things that you see from the kid. They've got passion. They are normal kids. They want to play as every other kid. The other day, I mentioned this to you when we were giving toys. Normally, the kid, when we're around, they stay with us. Most of the time, they stay with us.
Yeah.
But the day we gave them toys, they all disappear. And the
To the
camp
toys.
became quiet because every child was playing with a toy. And we are talking about 400 to 500 children who normally they wander. You see them passing from every angle. You get dizzy sometimes. But after the toy given, they were all quiet, busy playing. And you could see that they are just normal kids. But when we talk about those kids, they were born in displacement camps. They
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
ever seen peace. They
Yeah.
see every single day atrocities. They see their mothers get sexually assaulted. They see their sisters going the
Man.
same troubles. And both boys and girls, what they see every single day it is
Yeah.
negative. What they see every single day
Oh,
it
it's
is
yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
now that is the people that we are raising in the country. I said earlier on, 30 years,
Right.
you can imagine, since the war
Trauma.
started, now we've got mothers, we've got fathers, probably 28 years old, because that is the year exactly the war started. So those are adults. Some of them were born in the displacement camps. Some of them were born through sexual, whatever, assault. And the government never ever took care of them mentally, professionally, so that they can move away from that state, that experience to a new one. And now they are adult. Now they are having their own families. So we've got a lot of problems that this war has created that we need unity, and we have to say enough is enough. Let's move on. We have to end the war. I know the reason for the war, a lot of people talk about them. We have to make sure all those Congolese minerals get used in the right channels so that the Congolese children who are in mining today can benefit of the
The
effort of their
richest.
own
Yes.
land, or the riches or their own land, instead of I always say every Congolese child deserves a PlayStation because they are the ones feeding the entire planet. New technology is supposed to be in the hands of Congolese children or Africans because we are providing the material for it. But they are the ones who don't have anything. They are the ones who suffer. If you go a pregnant woman who has gone 2 days without eating with 3 children, that is not normal. So you could see that there are a lot of things that when the BBC or those international media come and share with you, they will never ever tell you the real story. When they talk about Congo, they will tell you about the mpox because it comes with a connotation. They are the only one who can, or those diseases come from them. That is one side of the story to tell your mind to remember every time when you talk about Congo, you can only talk about war or you talk about all those diseases.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mpox. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
coming from there.
Yeah.
And
Crazy,
that
huh?
is how they sell the image. And because we
Yes.
consume more of their content, we believe.
Yeah. You believe.
Yeah. But in reality, I've been in almost 40 displacement camp, and the smallest may have 8 to 9,000 people.
The smallest.
The smallest,
Damn.
8 or 9 or 10. That could be the smallest. But the way they sell the mpox to the international community, you will think you will go through those tents or those camps, you will see people dying on the floor. I'm telling you, I counted few of them, less than 100 who are affected. Most of the people that are met, they've got the skin condition that are coming from no taking shower, no washing clothes, no cleaning baby, eating, and then life condition brings the
MZ,
skin problem.
MZ,
Yes,
people asking if you can answer some questions.
that's fine. I'm not sure if I'll be able to read.
No. I'll
Let's
read them
see.
for you. So no, it's okay. I'll
Yeah,
do the
that's
reading
good.
for you. Don't worry. I got you. So Starry, you want to
Yeah.
ask a question? So he can ask. He can answer some questions. So if you guys have questions, please, guys, please. He, for breakfast, I believe you mentioned 300 kids, $30 for breakfast, right? For 300 plus kids, every day. Can we, we need to figure out how can we help. Can we sponsor breakfast for a week? That's $30. That's $150, I'm guessing, unless my math is wrong. 5 times 3, that's 15, right? So that's
Yeah.
150. That's for Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's 210-ish for 1 week. Okay, guys. So this is something we can talk about. Reach out to him directly. See what you can do. There's a GoFundMe. He's also building a toilet. It's not just Envy, by the way. There's a team behind him. There's a team behind him. Okay, so we need to support them. This is what we can do. You want to support Congo financially? You can support. Advocacy, you can support. Volunteering. If you're in Congo or you know somebody in Congo, reach out to them to go support them in the camps. This is what. Guys, he also has a PayPal, right? That's ekatoto@me.com. Reach out to him, guys. Please reach out to him. Every single thing, reach out to him. So somebody's asking, how do you know it gets to them? MV, a typical question, right? So what do you have to say to that? It's a legit question.
Yes, it is. I respect that question. I'll start this to answer that question by the reason why I left the UK to come here. First, it was to make sure my small contribution goes to the right people so that they can take that contribution to the camp. You are not the only one who, for so long, has trusted those big organizations, thinking because they've got all those logo, fancy advert and all that, that they do the work. Ask the people who have been working on with those international organizations. So I left the UK as a documentary and filmmaker. I'm an investigating reporter. So I came on the ground, and for me, it was more of let me show the international or the diaspora where their money goes. And I start filming 6 local organizations. I can tell you, you don't have to give me money. I can give you the names of those organizations here. If you send your money to those organizations who are run by locals, they are organizations that are created based on the needs. There is a chance 96.7% of your money will get to the destination. Even sometimes they don't get lunch from your money. Sometimes they will top up to help. The other thing, because you don't trust them, what they do, every single move is recorded. They've got receipt for everything. And if they don't provide receipt, they will send you a visual receipt. I respect when someone asks that question. It's because we've got the culture of not trusting ourselves.
Starry is here now, so she can actually talk to you directly. Starry, go ahead.
Yes.
MZ, I just wanted to say to you, right, like, I actually used to work for British Red Cross, and I'm fully aware that most of the money that people donate and stuff like that does not go directly to what they say it goes to. So, I left that company for a reason. That's why I'm asking you, like, how do I know that whatever money I send to you goes directly to the children?
Yeah.
Especially children. Because everything you're saying is very heartbreaking. But what's your background as well?
Let me give you an
If you can answer
example.
those 2 questions, please.
My background is okay. I'm Congolese. I was born in Congo, and in 2000 I left the country because of the war. I was a reporter at that time. I went to the UK, I've been there for 25 years. Out of those 25 years, I've worked for, out of the 25 years, I've worked for ITV, BBC, Channel 4, independent production, as a filmmaker, documentary filmmaker, and a journalist. And I travel away outside of the UK to cover stories in war zone. But this time I decided to go back to my own country so I can tell the story of my own people.
So you live
My
there? You live
story.
there full time?
Sorry?
Do you live there full time, or you come back and forth?
I come back and forth. I stay for 2 months, then I go for a week or two for recharge, because it is not easy to go across the stories. When you're gonna follow probably one or two my videos, or if you're going to experience the lives in the camps, you understand how mentally you can be affected, and the type of stories that I deal with. It is the story of people who are struggling. So I don't go there to show that people are helping or people are doing XYZ. I go and find the real stories so that people can see the need, can see the reality,
So do you
and
also?
can get close to.
Okay.
Yes.
So, for instance, right, if
So
someone wants to donate some money, sorry, I don't really want to talk a lot. I just want to get these little questions answered, sorry.
yeah,
So
there
if someone
is.
donates money, right?
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you, by the way, for your time as well. And I do appreciate what you're doing. But the thing is, nowadays, it's so difficult to trust what anyone says, especially online. I know people that use, they take advantage of situations that are going on in certain countries, to raise up some funds and stuff like that. I just wanted to ask you, so what's the guarantee? Obviously, I've been gifting you here on TikTok, but as someone who's been gifted before myself, I don't see what those gifts actually do. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to know from you, right? If I'm to send money to you, via PayPal, what's the guarantee, right, that these kids are going to get this money? How do I know this?
I will give you just one scenario. When I go in the camp, I go and I speak to an individual. I don't start with a group. I start with an individual, because I'm looking for a person to talk about their stories. Through the conversation, we will find out what is their need. I was talking about today, we want to give 2 maternity bags for 2 women who are expecting babies this month. For us, the team, that was the emergency that we have to do. So I said, there is a GoFundMe that is set by my daughter, who is in the UK right now. And that support is only for the people who we post on social media or in the main documentary. And what we do is, after assessing the person, we know their needs, we go and buy things for that pot if we have. But when I post the video, I haven't posted the video of those 2 women. Let's say I post the video tomorrow, and you say this is an amazing idea. We will tell you, do you want to help? In the camp, we may have 10 more. This is the amount of money we can produce the receipt and say, you see the bag that we use costs $10. We'll give you all the details. Then the final could be per person is £80 or let's say $100 per person for the maternity bag. So what we do is, when we go on the ground, the person who's in charge of supporting the woman will do, or he'll buy what he have to buy. If we go to the market, because sometimes we go and buy second-hand clothes or things like that, where we can produce the receipt, you asking or not, we always either record a conversation or ask the person who's the seller to write with hands, whatever happened, we keep. And that is recorded because we know there are a lot of people who today would like to help, but they don't trust the system, and it's not their fault. Me too. I used to give a lot to charities. I worked with charities, so I know how hard it is for us to give with good intention, but at some point you are not scared. You are scared of the people may not take your money to the destination or your gift to the destination. So I'm always transparent. I receive set of clothes from the UK. My friends sent 17 bag of clothes. I had to travel through the lake, pick it. So normally I'm a content creator. So I'll film, I'm going, collecting 17 bags, came back, went to this camp without opening. This is the bag for children. This came from our friends. Thank you very much. We go to another camp. And then I sent to the group. They didn't ask because they trust me. They're my friends. They know me. I said, this is what happened. And on the visual, you can see that all your bags were given to the people. They were in the camp. They were happy. I try to be transparent. And that's all I can say. In any other project, I would like to talk to you if you want more online or offline. And I can tell you which project the team and I are working on. Then you can see if that is where you think you can support, if you want to support. Or you can just say, I'm happy to share your content so people can be aware of the situation in Congo. That is another support.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
can
No,
be
fantastic.
starting
No,
a live
guys,
talking about Congo.
guys. Also, let Ketue say something because I gotta go sleep. We didn't plan this. MV just came in and I just thought to use the chance to bring him up. So please, Starry, you can connect with him offline. He's on TikTok, very responsive. There's a GoFundMe. He can introduce you to the team. There's a team. It's not just him. Medical doctors, volunteers. Please follow him, guys. Just follow him so you can see the videos and take it from there. Ketiwe, please say what you want to say so that I also gotta, because you guys can see I need to go sleep, man. It's
I know
already
you have been
almost
saying
60.
so you're going to sleep, and I was surprised to see you back.
I know, right? No, actually, MC, I was really about to shut the live like 30 seconds. Then I saw your name. I was like, I have to, because I was speaking about you. And then I saw you. I was like, this has to be the universe, and I had to bring you up.
Oh yeah, because
So,
yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, I just get to it. I buy a lot of shoes from auction and sell. So what happened in those pallets? I receive a lot of single shoes. So I don't a lot of they're brand new single shoes. I don't know if you have anyone like amputees, like 1 foot. You understand what I mean here? 1 foot. Like, children, adults. I've got all sizes I've got school bags as well. I've got lots of stuff, bits and pieces, but I've got a lot of over 150 single shoes. When I said single shoes, like Armani, Gucci, all these name brand, Nike, Adidas, they're single. So if there's anyone who is just 1 foot, I've got a lot of shoes from children to adults. And right now I've got them in storage and it costs me a lot of money because I'm paying £250 a month. And it's today I was saying I want to give up this storage. I don't know what to do with this stuff.
Okay. So do you have people that could use that, MZ?
Definitely, there is few people. I see a lot of soldiers mainly who are amputee around, but in the camps you go. I was talking a few days ago to the head of a disabled group in the camp. I'm sure they may have, but I'm not expecting to have many. But I don't know if you're in the UK. I'll be in the
I am
UK
in
at the
the
end of
UK. I'm in the UK.
yeah. I'll be in the UK around the end of the month for my 2 weeks break, and then come back in November. So I'll be happy to meet with anyone who has something or to collect some stuff from the UK because we are preparing for a container for Christmas with our sister Black also from the UK. and they are good
Oh yeah, no
on
okay, because the host
yeah.
wanna go to bed. I've messaged you.
Yes.
Can you please follow me back, please, and then we can speak if it's even on WhatsApp, because I'm planning to give up the storage unit the ending of this month. So if you've got any, so we can speak on how to take it forward. But I've got a lot of stuff, definitely.
Lovely. That's good. At least we're gonna continue this conversation. My brother, you
Yeah,
were
follow
supposed to
me back, and then we can talk. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanks, Rose.
You are welcome, my sister.
Yeah, thank you.
I already follow you, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay, and then we can speak. How can I come down? It's not showing. Drop me those, please.
Sure.
I can't.
All right. So guys, I'm gonna be ending the live for real this time. So MZ, keep up the good work. We're here to support you. Okay. We need men like you who are on ground to be there. And I always talk about Black African men, and you are a very positive example of the kind of men we need in our community.
Thanks,
And
man.
I've said this many times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. We need a collaboration between the Black Africans on the continent and the Black Africans in the diaspora. This is what I'm talking about. People, UK, Congo, Nigeria, US, we need to come together and work. This is what it is. Congo is our project. Congo is our solution. Congo is ours to fix. Congo is ours to help. Because nobody else is coming to do that for us. It's our job. And let's do it. And I know we can. Do you know that Africans send $11 billion per year in remittance to Africa? Do you know that? Africans send $11 billion in remittance per year to the continent of Africa. Nigeria alone sends $20 billion in remittance. So guys, the money is there. You got the money. It's no problem. It's just, where are we putting that money? What focus? What is the focus of the money? And slowly but surely, I believe in Black Africa. I believe in what we're doing. Slowly but surely we'll get there. But we have to start doing it. MZ, brother, I salute you. Keep up the good work. Estella, you're still here. Sorry, I was talking to Estella. MZ, you can drop, brother. Thank you so much, okay? Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Have a good evening. Oh.